Richard, why is there a camera in my room?
What, this room?
Wait, as opposed to my other room?
Yeah, this room.
And with that being said, welcome to the committee, episode 14. As always, I'm Cody.
I'm Richard.
I'm Tom.
I'm Dustin.
Hey, Dustin's here. Because there's this nifty thing we're talking about today, y'all.
Yep,
It's this place that you can go and you can watch people play video games or eat or like walk around. I believe it's called Twitch. I think you've heard of it.
Yeah.
Wait, so
Yeah,
not YouTube?
Maybe.
Yeah, so not
Yeah,
YouTube. No,
no,
not
no.
Oh,
YouTube.
that's right. No, we did
That was
that
last
last
week.
Yeah, that was
week.
last
Okay.
week. Remember?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so we are going to be talking about Twitch today, and we've brought Dustin in because you just recently got Twitch affiliated.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
How are you enjoying your time so far, man?
I'm having a blast. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's always it's interesting being able to actually make money for playing video games.
Yeah. I think everyone would absolutely love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
And if you don't, it's weird, and you should.
living the dream, man.
But before we get more into Twitch, we have a few things we're going to talk about. But first, as always, Richard, what you been up to, man?
Oh, what have I been up to? I've played 45 hours of Assassin's Creed Origins in 2 weeks.
Yes, he has. Actually, I think it's more than that.
No, that's 45.
See, it's a shame you're not getting paid for that because
Yeah,
it's
I know,
literally another
right?
job.
Yeah, I've actually spent more time in Origins than I did at work this week.
See, what would have been great is if you would have streamed all of that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You might have got
where
some
would
value.
I have streamed though?
YouTube? No,
YouTube, yeah.
stuff.
Facebook Live.
Yeah, Facebook Live it.
But
But yeah, I'm at 52% progression in that game, and
at 45 hours in, 52%.
yeah, it's
Man.
great. I'm so glad they took the time off. One of the better Assassin's Creed in recent
I was
years.
gonna say, I know we had a guy today in one of the call-ins. He was like, I think it's legit taking my #1 spot over Horizon for Game of the Year. And there was a lot of people on the post that were like objecting to it, like, no, it's not that good. But then there were people that were like, I don't know, it's pretty good.
Like, I love Witcher 3 is like my top tier RPG game that I've played in the last like 2 or 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Origins is close to it. It's not on the same level, but it's very close.
Okay.
Like,
I did like that picture. It was like, me, man,
Oh,
fuck
man.
that. I'm not buying another Assassin's Creed. Ubisoft, you can play with cats. Me, in the game, petting a cat. Yeah.
you also tame lions.
There you go.
It's pretty cool.
I just play a game about taming lions.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what else have you been doing?
That's about it.
It really is.
That's
I know
as
you
much
ran
time,
Destiny
so-
with me one night, and the rest of you've been playing Assassin's Creed. So.
Yeah. I have Wolfenstein 2 I can play, but I haven't got into it yet.
That's true. Yeah, we got Wolfenstein at the house, and we have World War II at the house, but I don't get to touch World War II till Wednesday, so I can't talk about it till next podcast. Tom, what you been up to?
About Overwatch.
I know you did.
And then I spent 30 hours downloading the 2.22 patch. So I haven't played Overwatch yet.
But I saw that it's
You
down.
got to look at
That's
it.
true. Yes, yeah, I got to look at it. I installed the case. Yeah. I've rage quit episode 45 of Phantom Pain 3 times now. God damn it, because I went into it with the wrong loadout, and so yeah, it's just anger. And
It's just anger.
I'm thinking of playing it right now. And I started playing Slender, The Arrival again, just because last night.
Richard.
Yeah. Did I trigger negative memories?
No, I just don't like
Not a fan? Not a fan. Yeah, it's
It's a horror game.
Yeah, I enjoy screaming like a 14-year-old girl. So yeah, yeah.
We were literally doing that.
Yeah, we actually were. So let's see. Anything else? I think.
No?
No.
That's it?
Literally everything.
Oh, and I pre-ordered Battlefront 2.
Good.
Yesterday.
As you should.
So, yes.
As you should. Dustin, what have you been up to, man? You know, other than being here with us.
You know, since the last time you were on an episode.
Right.
Catch us up
well,
on
I've
all
been-
these years.
I've been very sick for the last week, so that's fun. Been laying on my couch watching Daredevil and Iron Fist.
Hey, there you go.
It's good
That's a
stuff.
way to
See, I don't hate Iron Fist like a lot of other people do. I thought it was solid.
I liked it.
I
didn't
got
have
past
any-
like episode 4 and it was like, okay, all right,
Yeah.
this like Finn Jones has calmed down and he's not doing as many fight scenes, so that's okay.
Fair
But
enough.
he is the immortal Iron Fist.
That's true.
He lets that be known
Oh yes,
at any time.
yes.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, I ended up finishing the one season while I was sick with all of that time that I had. It was actually really well done. Like, I admittedly didn't have any prior experience with Iron Fist. I didn't really know anything about it at all. So I may be, entirely unbiased, like a lot of people who would have known what Iron Fist is, but in my opinion, it was really well done. Like, it seemed like they took a Marvel character that may have been around for a while and they modernized it really well. So,
Yep.
did a good job.
I'll say my only real experience with it is a couple of issues of like Heroes for Hire,
Yeah.
and Matt Fraction and Edward Baker's run.
Yes.
That's the only other.
And my experience with them was with the Heroes for Hire cameo and Superior Foes.
Yeah, the
Which-
Superior Foes cameo. Yeah.
That was pretty good. Wait, what? There's only 5 of you. How can you be the Sinister Six?
Aside from that, I've just been trying to prepare for an album release
Heck
and
yeah.
streaming.
When you gonna drop that?
A couple weeks. Don't have an exact date just yet.
Okay.
Still trying to figure it out. But it's gonna be killer.
Hell yeah.
It's gonna be good.
It's
I'm
it's
super
good.
excited.
How many years now in between albums?
Too many.
Too
2012.
many.
2012 was the last one.
No.
Okay.
5 years.
Good 5 years.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, I've heard the previews and stuff. I like them so far.
Good to hear, man.
Yeah.
I just had a photo shoot yesterday. Went really well with this lady right
Dropping the dopest album of 2017.
here.
Yeah, Emily's just like hiding in the corner over here. Is she on camera? I can't
Yes.
see.
I'm
Yeah,
Okay.
she's barely in there.
Okay.
But, I've just been doing social PR for Dustin and you guys, but don't see.
Awesome. That's
She's my
always
she's my
appreciated.
everything, basically.
That's fair.
Speaking of social PR and our Instagram account, Megan.
Oh yes, Megan is still here in heart.
Yeah,
Wild
she's here in
card, not
spirit.
so much.
Yeah.
His anger is still in the room.
Fuck you, Abby.
It never leaves.
Fuck you, Abby. Especially if I see that you log in on PlayStation right now.
Just play some season 7. Why
Oh,
wait?
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, no, I've for me, all I've been doing is playing Overwatch and Destiny. That's literally it. Like, I tried to grind through Halloween Terror as much as I could to get 2 costumes, and I only got one of them after spending $40 to try and get costumes.
No,
So-
like he was buying the crates or the boxes, and I was just like, "Don't do it. It's not worth it."
Yeah.
Just whispering, "It's not worth it."
But I did it. I spent $40 on loot boxes this time around, like in the last 10, or not even 10, like last 4 hours of the game for Halloween Terror, because I was like, I need both skins. All I got was Torbs, so
There's
so it's
Zora.
fine. I needed that Thor costume.
Let's hear from the man himself. Was it worth it?
It was
Was it?
kind
Okay.
of
All right.
kind of.
It's all
Kind of. If I would have got both outfits, hell yeah. But I only got one. But
you literally spent twice as much on those loot boxes as I did buying the game itself.
that's true. But I have spent more.
Yeah.
I have spent more on loot boxes now than the game.
His
so.
ex-roommate was selling it.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
I'm a boy.
Yeah, he was like, please. But yeah,
15? How about 20? Sold. I get paid on Thursday.
yeah, that's what like I bought Wolfenstein for 20 or Wolfenstein 2 for $20 this week because our boss was like, hey,
He really needed
I
money.
need some money. Like,
He
you got
really
one of y'all trade these games in for me, and I was like, or you can sell me Wolfenstein for $20, and he was just like, yes, and I was like, bet, and so I got real stoked because I was like, now I don't have to go spend $60 on Friday.
All right.
And then like I was like, man, I really want to play COD, but I don't want to give Activision any of my money for Call of Duty. And then it came into my store, so I was like, cool, I'll just borrow this and play the storyline, so I don't have to pay any money for it. So
Kick ass.
now I get to do both of those this week, and then Battlefront's next week, and
Yeah, my GM,
so on and so forth.
My GM was playing that last night. It's because I saw him like playing COD, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And he was describing like you could tell everyone was used to Overwatch because they were all like jumping around and like 2 bullets and you're fucking dead.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, Sean, it's almost like how actual bullets work.
It's like, man, it kind of seems like that's what bullets
Yeah,
do.
you get shot, that shit hurts, man.
The
You
only
drop.
like footage I've seen really from World War II is like people being on the beach, the D-Day beach, and then like all these loot boxes are falling from the sky. It's like realism.
Yeah, accurate.
Yeah.
Historically accurate.
But other than that, I don't know if you guys got to watch it yet, but we all watched Thor this week,
Not yet.
and
I want to. That was one of my
boy,
favorite characters.
like
Knocked
Really
anything off my top 5.
like I said, this is now in my top 3
Yeah.
of the entire cinematic universe,
Oh man.
And it's-
solely
it's-
off
yeah.
of how do you say his last name?
Fuck if I know. That's a Johnny question.
That's a Johnny.
What? Wakati?
Wakiti? I can't say it. The guy from Fly the Concords. The guy from Fly the Concords. But he
What We Do in the Shadows.
yeah, What We Do in the Shadows, all that stuff. Bless him,
Yes.
because it was brilliant. It was
Piss off, Ghost.
piss off, Ghost. But it was absolutely hilarious. My favorite one were people that walked out just being like, it was alright, and be like, why was it alright? They're like, it was too funny. And just be like, get out of here. Leave. I want you out. Leave this place.
Here's
I
your
don't
money
want to hear
back.
you.
We don't ever want to see you again.
Like,
Don't come back.
man. But I wish Joe was here to talk about it, because Joe has seen it 5 times already.
Jeez.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
It's like, man, like, it was just so good. And Joe just being like, yep, we're gonna watch it again. And then, like, again being like, yep, go on one more time. We're supposed to do this again. And then, like, I just remember, like, he texted Johnny and he was like, you guys watching Thor again? And Johnny was like, yeah, I'm going tonight to watch it. And he was like, I'm just gonna come with you. And then the next morning, them leaving Oaklawn to go straight to Benton so they could watch it again at 9:30 in the morning on a bigger screen.
Too much.
I was like, man.
That's too much. Too much.
But
See,
it's...
but you only say that because you haven't seen Thor.
Dude, yeah. If once you see Ragnarok, you might be like, I need to go again.
Yeah.
4 more
It's-
times at least.
Yeah, right.
Dude,
No,
it's so...
I'm just happy that Kirby finally got to tell it. You know, we finally got the Kirby dream of like
Yeah.
telling Ragnarok, and yeah,
After all
So,
these years.
yeah.
After, he had to quit because they wouldn't let him do
His-
Ragnarok.
His foundations are still solid.
But, yeah, his character in general, everything he says, I laughed my ass off of, and oh man, all the improv in it. Jeff Goldblum just being Jeff Goldblum. Like,
yeah, that was.
I don't
that
believe
was,
he actually played a character.
Yeah,
I
it
just
was
believe
so
he was
hard to
just
watch.
Jeff
At one
Goldblum.
point, he's just talking and then he just stops.
Yeah.
Because my favorite bit of information that they give is like he gave them a script, and immediately he looked at Jeff Goldblum and he goes, "I just want you to improv all your lines. You have lines, just please don't use them."
Yeah.
Like they improved like 80% of the movie because they
And
took like the script and then they were like, "Oh, let's do this, and this differently." And then if it wasn't good, they would just go back to the script.
Let's do Help Me. No,
Yeah.
no, I hate Help Me.
But it's
Use
just
help.
Jeff Goldblum, man. Thank you for being Jeff Goldblum.
And he still does his hands. You
Yeah,
know,
just-
it's,
Oh yeah.
he's still.
Jeff Goldblum.
It's just Jeff Goldblum. The Grandmaster is Jeff Goldblum.
Man, Goldblum, man. But okay, to get to the main point for this week, Richard, as you know, we're gonna talk Twitch,
Oh man.
and that's why Dustin is here, because he's awesome.
That's why I'm gonna be on my phone the rest of the podcast.
And so with you got a timer? You got your timer ready?
I don't.
You don't.
Forgot all about that. Don't.
This guy right here. This guy. No timer already ready.
Hold on.
It's okay. He's
Tell
got it. He's
him
got
this
it.
first topic. You actually can talk about it.
Yeah, I can actually.
Because oh god, I can't wait to get into that. That one's gonna be great. It's one of my favorite things that we've ever talked about or watched.
Yeah, that's true.
So
We've
good.
talked about it multiple times.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
But-
Nick, y'all start yet? I said, bring your ass. We just started.
Yeah, if he walks in, I'll be hilarious. Just like you're sitting right here.
Right here in the middle.
But no, here, we'll give him the
Yeah, little steps.
Give him a little.
We'll give him the stool. What am I doing?
He
Timer.
said
Those
he
are
can sit on a
alarms.
corner.
Timer. 10 minutes.
Yep, 10 minutes is good. Awesome.
Eating, y'all got it.
So topic number 1. The topic this week is Twitch in general. But topic number 1 that I want to say, who is the first person that you followed on Twitch? And if you didn't follow anybody yet, well, how did you learn about Twitch? You want to start, Richard?
I'll start because it's easy and it's one thing. It's the two robots talking.
The two robots.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was the first account I followed. It's the
Yeah.
only account I've ever.
We watched Skynet be born.
Yes, we did.
I like that you were like the two robots talking.
The two robots.
The robots touched.
Well, I can tell you, the thing that got me into Twitch was I had a group of friends a while back that I met through OC Remix.
Okay.
Bunch of musician friends and everything. We ended up getting together for what we called Indie Fest. We just, people from around the nation, there was about maybe 10 of us, got together and stayed a few nights up there together in Indiana. It was pretty cool.
Okay.
Indianapolis. And a lot of them were really into speedrunning. One of them was really good at speedrunning Zelda, like the original Zelda.
Okay.
There's one of them that's really good at running Super Metroid. None of them world record holders, but still
good.
contenders, good at what they did. And that really got me into it. And so I started looking around and like, okay, so I wanted to speed run, but I didn't want to start with a game that takes like an hour to speed run each time. You know?
Yeah.
So I was looking around, I was looking at world records, and just kind of looking around the 10-minute range. I saw DuckTales. I'm just like, all right, I'm going to pick this up. Picked it up. Started looking at the other guys that were speedrunning DuckTales. The world record holder is Dexter right now, DXTR. He's the first guy I followed on Twitch.
Okay.
That's what got me into it. I found him, found his Twitch channel, and turned me on to Twitch.
Hell yeah. What about for you? I already know what your answer is, so that's what makes it brilliant.
So around 2013, when I started hearing about Twitch through like certain YouTubers and stuff, but then I saw Dustin. I think you posted like you were going live or something doing DuckTales.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, and I watched it. I was like, this is cool. And then like months passed, and like one of the YouTubers I follow was doing a show. Like he has a live show. And I just started following him on there and branched out to all these other people that like I don't know. It's weird how my follow line goes, because it's like you follow one person and then you find someone else and it branches off and you find like 6 other people.
It's crazy.
It's great. That's what I liked about Twitch, is like you just always constantly find people.
Yeah, it really is a community. Like everybody's networked together.
Well, and that's like because like what you're saying, like it's just a community. It's like going to PAX South.
Mm-hmm.
Like we went to the Twitch party on day 2, or was it day 1?
It was
Friday or Saturday?
It is one of them.
It was Saturday.
Saturday, okay.
Yeah.
And so like
because the night before was the partner party, and then it was the Twitch Texas party the next night.
Okay. And that was amazing,
party.
just because everybody was just like chilling, and like if you wanted to trade business cards, like they would just trade business cards with you and ask you what you streamed, what you ran, like do you do games, do you do IRL, what do you do, like all that stuff. And so it was just really super solid. Everybody talking, like our whole little group that we had, we literally just sat in a circle and talked about like different Twitch stuff that we would like to watch for like an hour until a Lyft guy showed up.
yeah.
But
yeah, because PAX South was when I first like met one of the streamers like I actually follow and like was a part of their community. Like I actually got to meet her and hang out with all the people and the other people in the community. It was really fun. Just like putting faces to names that you see online.
Yeah, and that was cool too, because like you know like there were all kinds of people there that like we either watched or we had known from other places and stuff like that, and like I didn't meet anybody from the Twitch community that was like just walking around that wasn't nice.
Yeah,
like Ray wanted to talk to literally everyone. Like he sat there in line past like his meet and greet time just so he could finish talking to everybody. And they were like trying to rush him, and he was like, "No, I'm good. I'll just chill." Mm-hmm. And like he just stayed outside of the lounge area talking to people. And I was like, "Dang, dude!" I was like, "That's super rad. I appreciate that. Like that's pretty cool of you."
Oh yeah, shit. I didn't turn it off.
It's like, oh no.
Yeah, that's one of the big things about Twitch is that, like, it's you wouldn't think it until you actually get into streaming. It's really difficult to do.
Yeah,
it's difficult to get good at it. It's difficult to build up the community, and in order to do that, you've got to be a nice guy.
Yeah,
like you can't be rude. So anybody you find that's actually doing it is.
It's crazy for me because like I want to get back into it so bad. Like when we all started talking about it the day you started streaming again in our group, we were all talking about different things, and like I was like, I've been trying to come up. Yeah, sure, awesome.
I'm good, man. Appreciate it.
But I was just like, I don't know how to really like get back with the internet we have, like, which granted in like a week or so, like hopefully our internet will be fixed to the point to where we can stream again. But it was one of those things that I was like, at the end of like streaming all the time, like I was trying to do, it was to the point where it's like if I wasn't playing like one of 2 games, no one would watch.
Right.
And so like I would either have to play Resident Evil 7 or Dead Island's Retro Revenge, and people would watch. But it's like if I wanted to play Overwatch like I wanted to, or Disc Jam, it was like only Ross would watch, and Ross would be like, "Woo!" the whole time, and it was just like, "Thanks, buddy, I appreciate it." And so it's just,
let's see, the last 3 years I've streamed once in a year, like one day a year, and then like a year later I was like, "Hey, I guess I'll stream on this day," and only do it once. It's been like that for like the past 3 years.
Yeah,
but no, that's why
I call it my annual 1 day stream.
But that's like with you, like when you announced that you got your affiliate stuff, I was like, damn, dude, he grinded his ass off to do it. I was like, which is I will give you all the props for, because like for me it was like I would wake up and be like, all right, we got Twitch today, and then like I would sit there and be like, or I'll just play Overwatch for a little bit and decide what game I want to play. And then 9 hours later, I'd still be playing Overwatch, and I'd be like, oh damn, I didn't stream today. And so like when I get back into it, I have to bust my own ass to be like, nope, we got to play something tonight. Even if you don't feel like playing, you've got to get yourself up and play something. That way, I can at least do something. But it's just like, man.
The only reason why my follower count is at 20 right now is because the very first time I went live, I was on Twitch RP, which is in ARC. So like there's already a lot of people in that community, and one of the guys that was decently big, like he had 300 or 400 people watching him, he hosted me. And so all these hundreds of people came in, and I was like, what?
Richard freaked out.
Yeah.
He didn't know what to do.
I was like, I'm literally doing nothing right now.
You should have freaked out like the kid when he was playing. When he was playing Minecraft and that dude hosted him. That like he was like obsessed with. And he won like this thing. The guy like was like, yeah, this kid's really cool. You know, I'm gonna host him. And the kid was maybe 13, 14, if he was even that old. So I was like, are you breaking Twitch rules right now? You're not supposed to be on here. But like he was freaking out because like he was like. He had never had more than like maybe 5 people watch him. Yeah. And that dude hosted him to like 1,800 people. Jesus. And so he was like, oh my god, I'm getting so many people. And so like he was just yelling. He was like, spam 300, spam 300. And like all these people, they were cutting because the guy was like on his Twitter like, no, please go watch the kid. Like he deserves it. He's really cool. And he knows a lot about Minecraft. And so people were just going like, yeah, sure, no, I'll take his thing. He's hosting him, whatever, we'll watch. And the kid like starts like crying, and he was like, we have to play Minecraft. And I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, it's like, I went from like I think there was like 2 or 3 people in the chat, and then I see this notification pop up, and I was like, what? And I just see this stream of people just like talking. I was like, I don't know what to do about that. So like I walked around for like maybe 45 minutes trying to find a stupid there's a Sasquatch thing that you can tame. I tried to find one, couldn't find one. I was just like, all right guys, I'm out of here. Bye.
That would have been Richard's key in if he could have just like went and done something else and just been like, guys, follow me. But
like I said, I got like 20 people.
You got 20?
So I'm still at 20.
Cool. See, I was at
like, no, fuck this guy. He hasn't streamed in 3
I was like
years.
at 10. I think I'm back down to like 8 because like 2 people were like, oh, fuck this guy. Like
I haven't seen him in like a while.
Yeah.
It's like it's been a minute. Let's just get rid of him real fast.
But I admittedly don't have very many followers, but growing.
Hey, that's what matters, man. It's like, and the best part about it with you is like, you'll have that community of people that like you're already getting people to vote for stuff that you want to play.
That's right.
You're doing all of that stuff, and so it's just like you'll have a fan base that actually cares. It's not like these people that like come in and they're just like, "Fuck you! Why are you playing Gex?"
That Gex gameplay was great.
It was fun. It was garbage. That game's garbage.
It was garbage.
But it was a fun time at least. It was a fun time being angry playing a game.
Yeah.
But what do you have to add to this, or how'd you learn about Twitch? Did you say that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, Dustin, and then I heard about it through different YouTubers and stuff.
See, I think I don't remember who the first person was I followed. It was either no, it wasn't you. My way. Okay, cool. I'll write it. We'll go to.
I quote that all the time.
Yeah,
I think it was.
That's my dad's text tone.
You're gonna have to help me out. Venom Kisser.
Yeah.
It was either Venom Kisser or was Tim the Tatman.
Yeah.
Because Tim was always playing Overwatch, and I was like, this guy rules. I had no idea that he was like some big streamer. I was just like, yeah, this guy's cool because he was always on the main page, and then I learned that if you're on the main page, probably because you have like 18,000 people watching you. And so I was like,
not all the time.
Okay.
Yeah. One of the people I watched that she gets about 50 to 100 on a like good stream. She was on the front page recently.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was
good
like,
stuff.
Congrats. Like that's really good.
But yeah, it was one of them, I think, and the only way I knew about it is DJ Wheat, because I was a huge Epileptic Gaming guy, and then when he was like, "Hey, we created this new platform, you should go to it," I was like, "Awesome!" And I was like, "I'll just check that out later." And then years later, I was like, "Oh yeah, all of those guys like helped do this. Maybe I should go check it out." And then you were talking about it all the time at work and everything. I was like, "Yeah, I should probably check this out now since I haven't."
I went from watching like mostly YouTube gamers to just like watching Twitch streams. That's all I watch now. I barely watch program television or like shows.
It's true. I tell myself every day that I'm gonna start like Yuamashi Pedal, and then I'm just like, or I can watch this dude play Overwatch Hearthstone for 4 hours, and then I do that, and I'm like, man, I could have watched like 10 episodes of that. I could have finished all of season 1, and I just don't. So
Fuck it up, Cody.
yeah, but hey, you know what's
It depends on what you enjoy, man.
yeah.
That's how you want to spend your time.
I watch a lot of roleplay streamers, so it's basically watching a show.
Yeah,
True.
Like,
watching people play some crazy D&D campaigns
Yeah.
is pretty
Dude, yeah.
entertaining
Yeah.
sometimes.
But you know what's really cool, Richard? That there's a camera right there.
There is a camera there.
You know what's really cool about it?
There's only one camera, right, Rich?
Yes. There's only one camera.
In this room.
in this
Yeah.
room, yeah.
Possible.
There could be more. I'm not saying there is, but there could be.
But you know what's really cool about it?
Yeah.
Is it's recording.
Oh shit.
Is it though?
Is it?
Yeah.
Wait,
It's right there.
what?
It's got the thing.
Did I push the button?
So it's really cool because you can watch this on youtube.com/.
That's not the link, but sure.
No.
Yeah,
it's
sure,
not.
it's not. But you can go to YouTube, you can search Pack O Geeks, and it'll pop up.
Something will pop up.
Yeah, something will pop up.
We're like the third hit
Yeah.
when you do that.
Yeah. There's that Pog is War video.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is. Which is, if you enjoy wrestling, you can watch it
Yeah.
and laugh at me and Richard as we awkwardly stare at each other and talk about sweaty men throwing themselves around for 45 minutes.
And if you
What
don't
do you mean
enjoy
in
wrestling,
their
you can
underwear?
still do that.
Yeah, you can still do that. Maybe that's just the thing you like to hear.
Right.
But yeah, check us out on YouTube. Go subscribe. You'll be able to watch this episode along with Paga's War and another episode of Paga's War that will be coming later this week. And we said we were going to do a BlizzCon roundup, which is only going to be about 10-15 minutes long, but that'll be there too. So, heck yeah.
Unless
And
you're already watching it there, and then it's like, why the fuck
Alright.
is he talking about this? Just, come on.
yeah, just go on with your
That's
life.
for what that's for.
Yeah.
So, since Tom wants to be that guy,
What? Yeah.
we'll just go on to topic number 2.
Okay.
And topic number 2 is, what made you want to stream? Or what makes you want to stream? In case we didn't cover this. I know you went into a little bit more detail of it.
Oh, are we starting with me?
Yeah.
Is that what we're
Oh,
doing?
yeah.
As the only one that is consistent.
As the only one that is consistently
Right.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I guess I mentioned it at the beginning, you know? And it's I enjoy playing games, and it's really cool to know that there are actually people out there that enjoy let me back up a little bit. I consider video games an art form.
Yeah.
I consider playing them somewhat of an art form as well, you know? It's people play games differently. There's people who just rush through the game, just want the completion aspect. Well, completion aspect. I was about to mention the actual completion aspect where you could get 100% completion. You know, there's different ways to play different games, and the way you play really says a lot about you, and it can be an art. I enjoy the fact that there are people out there willing to enjoy me playing games as an art, and I think that's really cool that you know, there's actually an outlet where you can do that. That's the biggest reason that I stream. I enjoy doing that, being that for people, you know, being able to play games people might not have access to, so they can watch you play it.
Yeah.
And it's a lot better, I feel, than YouTube. I mean, they have their own reasons. YouTube is usually more of a polished final product in post, whereas Twitch is a more candid experience. You know, it's more
Live interaction.
live interaction.
Getting,
exactly.
Yeah.
And
I think
it's
That's a good breakdown.
definitely.
And I think we've said on the show many a times where our loyalties lie between the two more. So that's definitely here with Twitch. So.
That's why I do it, and the fact that, you know, Twitch gives you options to monetize that.
A
Even
lot
better.
more options now. Than
Right.
they used to,
Yeah.
For sure.
Yes. Definitely. Yeah. Twitch affiliate wasn't a thing until relatively recently.
Yeah. It was
Yeah,
back in
after
February.
February
Something like
or
that.
March. It was after
Yeah.
South
Yeah.
Yeah.
because they had their press conference about everything.
Yeah. Before then, it was just an elite few that was able
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
Like
monetize
they
it.
needed to switch up their how you became a partner anyway,
Mhm.
because like the old
The old system for it
requirement.
and Discord
Yeah, like
were a little
the requirement
out
for
of whack.
being partner a while back ago was a lot higher,
Right.
and
Oh god, yeah.
like really badly. Like it was like you had to have 300 to 500 people
Per
Yeah.
stream.
daily.
Yeah.
Yeah, almost. Yeah. Then they did the affiliate, which is pretty generous.
Yes,
like
it is.
I think it's
Yeah.
like 50 followers,
Mm-hmm.
a certain amount of hours, but you can get it in like a week if you
Mhm.
stream like 8 to 10 hours a day.
Yeah, I think it's an average of 3 viewers,
Mm-hmm.
50 followers, like you said, and then it's 7 unique days of streaming within the
Yeah.
last 30
Yeah,
days.
yeah.
And that's like, and it's crazy that I'm glad they changed their model like that,
Mhm.
because when we looked into the Discord stuff, to be like, hey, I wonder what it takes to get partnered through Discord, and it was like your channel has to be, or like your voice chat or regular chat has to be this active
Right.
for with this many people in it at a time, or this many people are in your group, and then as well you need to be partnered through. It was like you had to be partnered through I think YouTube or Twitch for a little bit,
Mhm.
and it was like, and you have to have this many followers before we will even take a look at your
Right.
Discord, and then you have to it has to be this active for us to even think about it. And it was like, damn, it's that hard to get partnered just by Discord. And then like when
Right.
Twitch was like, oh hey, here's all these easy new ways that you can do this, it was like,
Yeah.
hey, maybe Discord could follow suit. And
Well, it's like
hey, here's this.
Some game studios now, they used to just look at your viewer count, like on YouTube and stuff.
Yeah.
Now they look more as to how entertaining you are, basically, or like how
Your engagement.
how well you'll work for that game company.
They're
Right.
looking at quality of
Yeah.
quantity.
I mean, some still look at like if
Right,
you're a
yeah,
partner.
of course.
A lot of them will be like, "Oh, you seem like a good person
Yeah.
to work with." So
Yeah, needless to say, they've definitely made improvements
Oh,
in
yeah.
their model and how they do things. So that's good. But yeah, that's why I stream.
Hell yeah. I think for me it was just like after we went to PAX and everyone asked if I had streamed, and I was like I have once. Like, I played Uncharted, and I had like, I think it was like 8 people watch me play Uncharted, and I was like, why? And I realized that I was the only one playing the Nathan Drake collection, and I was like, oh, that might be why. I was like, I forgot I got this game early.
Mhm.
And like we were talking about that, and it's just like hearing everyone's really cool stories, like hearing Simply and like Chaotic and Tara and all them talk about like just the fun they've had, like streaming and being on Twitch, and then you talking about like just their community in general, like Simply's community. I was like, man, that seems really rad. I was like, that would be cool to have something like that, or just to jump in to be a part of something like that. And so I started with Resident Evil 7. And Ross was like, just like for you, like Ross was like right there from the beginning. He was like, dude, I'll stay all night. I'll watch. I don't care. And I was like, awesome. And so like, and he was watching me play like Resident Evil till 2 a.m. and like just being like, oh shit, homie, don't round the corner like that. And like but with the delay, I'd round the corner and be like, ah, and then like just start shooting, and it was so crazy. And
And
it
you'd be
was
safe in a closet, and he'd be like, "Look out around the corner!" And you'd be like, "What? I'm past that."
yeah, it's like, but it would just be like one of those things that it was so fun, and it's like I want to get back to it. We got to get our internet worked out first to where it's not screwing up. Which, granted, back in my room, it's not doing as awful as it was, so it's evening out slowly. But I know if I start to try to stream, it'll just be like choppy, and everyone will be like, something wrong with your cam, man." And I'll just be like, no, it's my internet. But no, I think the community-ness of it, if that's a word, I don't think that's a real word, but I just made it up, so there we go.
Yeah. How about just the
The
community?
community.
Yeah, the community of it. It just made me really want to get into it.
The main thing that makes me want to do it is like I used to go over to a friend's house and just play a game while they were watching me, and like by extension, that's all you're doing.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
just
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
like I would just do stupid commentary while I was playing the game.
Just inviting the entire world to come into your
Yeah,
room
yeah.
and play games with you.
And that's what you brought up, like, maybe someone's watching you because they don't have a way to have that game.
Exactly.
That's what I had a kid that, well, I say kid, I don't really know how old he was, but he
Right.
was just like, yeah, I'm glad I'm going to watch you play Resident Evil because there's
can't.
no way I could
Right.
play Resident Evil. It would scare the piss out of me. And I was
Yeah.
like, fair enough, man. And
Yeah.
so, like, it scared the piss out of me. So, in turn, he was probably scared watching it, but at least he didn't have to, like, have the fear of being like, oh, no.
Right.
But yeah, it's like just stuff like that. Like, I don't know, like it's like watching you guys play A Link to the Past and like Tom luring Nick into like really bad things and be like, well, why don't you take the left one? And we took it, he's like, oh, you should have took the right one. And it's like, no. And so Nick's running away from like all these bats and like Tom just laughing because he's like, oh, I screwed you so hard. And it's like,
so, no, I apologize for that because they needed to start the dungeon over.
But yeah, it's just one of those things.
I was like, no, man, you can kill the chicken. He's like, what? No, I can't. It's like, yeah, you can. It's like, are you sure about that? I'm like, go ahead and attack it. It's like, what? It's like, he's hitting it. It's like, no, you can't. I'm like, yeah, no, keep hitting it. And it was just Aaron going on Danny on fucking Game Grumps. It's like, no, man, keep going. And Danny's like, I feel bad. It's like, oh no, apocalypse.
Bad idea in every Zelda.
Yeah, exactly. It's so funny.
But no, like to go with you, it's like I like the speedrunning aspect of it too, because like we watch GDQ every time they come around, and it's right around the corner.
Like in the summer games one, I watched a lot.
See,
of
summer games I didn't get to watch
stuff,
a lot of summer, but awesome series in January. Dude, I sat there for a day. I had the entire weekend off. And me and Kayla literally just sat there glued to the TV, just watching anything. And like we would go back and forth in between like watching a movie, and then after the movie would be over, we'd be just like, let's go back to like GDQ real quick and see what's going on. And like turn it on, and someone would be like running like Zelda, and we'd be like, oh, and we would just sit there and
I
watch
just
the whole
like
thing.
watching speedrunners because then I feel bad of how I play a game because it's like, yay, I got through this part. It took me an hour, and then you watch them do it in like 10 seconds, and you're like,
yeah.
Well, it's like watching the dude during summer games because we watched the whole Doom thing and watching him speedrun the new Doom, and he was like, by the way, this is a wall-breaking speedrun, so just so y'all are clear. And we were like, wait, how is he going to break the walls? Like, how do you already know how to? And it was like, skipping his whole level, and we're like, how did you even know about that? Like, what did you do?
like it was something like he made the frame rate faster so that he could go through things. I was like, what? That's a thing?
Yes,
it was just great. Like, he would just run and like just avoid them. And if they got too close, he would hit them. And when he'd hit them, he'd pop through a wall, and I'd be like, what happened? Like, it was just one of those things. Like, holy crap! But but at the same time, he was doing it 100%. So he was grabbing everything.
Yeah, all the items.
And it was just great because he would go in and be like, ha ha, got it. Ha, that's all I need for this level. And then just like, what the fuck?
Man, these people that speedrun this, they know these games on such an intimate level.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Well, that's
that's
like-
kind of how I got with DuckTales. Like, just from playing it so much.
Well, it's like there were days and hours. Like I remember, like just like sitting at like random houses and watching you speed run DuckTales, and like people would walk in and be like, "Oh, how far are you into? Oh, you're done." And like people would just be like, "Oh, that's what he's doing." Okay,
Oh, he beat it again. Let's
But-
reset.
but it was just one of those things. Like I remember sitting there and I
What
watched
was your
you.
record?
My record was 7 minutes and 42 seconds.
Respect.
It
I
was,
did
at the time, about 20 seconds off the world record.
Last time I played DuckTales, I got to, I think, the 3rd level, and it took me 20 minutes. I was like, I just saw you playing, I was like, Dustin's already beat me.
Dustin's already done this. Did you buy the one on PS3 or PS4?
I did. I played it a little bit. I still haven't beaten it.
Oh, okay.
It's just not the same to me, you know?
That's
It's-
fair.
It's
That's absolutely
really
fair.
well done. It is a brilliant work of art. It just doesn't feel right under my fingers because I'm so
Okay.
used to the original.
Okay, fair enough.
And the version of DuckTales that I played in beat was on the Game Boy.
There you go.
I played DuckTales 2 on Game Boy.
Nice.
That was I grew up with that one. It's good.
So you know what, Tom?
So,
There's this wonderful place
yeah,
that sometimes it's great, sometimes it's not great.
Yeah.
But it's called Facebook.
yeah.
You can go and say whatever you want. Sometimes people are really nice to each other. Sometimes people are really mean.
And then sometimes you get zucked when you do that. So
Sometimes
be
you
really
do get
careful.
zucked.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
do.
There's really cool cat videos there.
There are a lot of cool cat
Sometimes,
videos. I saw Barstool share a Shanomag video the other night. So,
Yeah.
you can share anything you want. But you know what's great? Is you go to facebook.com/PacoGeeks. You can leave a like on that page, and then we'll share all kinds of stuff. Gaming news, trailers, con roundups. You'll see the podcast uploaded there. You'll see all this different stuff. And you can go and enjoy it all and like stuff and share stuff for us. That way, more people will see it. And you can also go to Twitter @PacoGeeks, and it's the same on Instagram. And you can go follow both of those pages since Megan is updating them now.
Crazy. It's almost too easy.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's like social media is like
Thing.
a drug now. But yeah, you can go to all those places, follow us, like us, do all that good stuff. And even if you don't like us, at least give us a like. That way you can hate everything we post. We would still enjoy that over you not liking the page.
You know, there's the like button, but then you can react to different things and do an angry face.
You just put angry react on everything.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Well, but like the page. You don't have to follow us. Just like the page.
Yeah, it's nice. You can unfollow immediately.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's some good text.
Done. But before we move on to topic 3, I want you, good sir,
For the U.S. Army.
well, if that's what you want to do with life, I guess, you know.
No joke.
That's-
Well, looks like...
oh no, immediately over here heard it. Nope. But so like we said earlier, Twitch affiliate. You got a new album coming out. Talk about all of it, man. I want to hear everything.
Man.
I don't even care how long you talk. You take an hour or two. Talk about it, man.
Well, so life's been pretty hectic the last few years for me. Hence the big gap, 5-year gap between my last album and this. I'm not gonna go into all that garbage, but over that time, I've released a few singles here and there on compilation albums, and I've made a couple of tracks that I just never did anything with, and so I've kind of this album that I've got coming out. It's gonna be called Nostalgia.
Okay.
And it's kind of a look back on these tracks that never got a proper release, I feel like.
Okay.
They're going to be remastered. It's going to be little tiny details that are different. So if you ever found any of them in the past in different compilations, they're going to be slightly different than what you saw there. But there's a couple of these songs, a few of these songs have a lot of heart, I feel like a lot of memories that I feel like I've kind of just put into music, and it's gonna be really good. I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be really good. There's gonna be some new stuff, gonna be some old stuff, but all of it's I feel like it's gonna come together to make a complete package, and it's gonna be my first full album. The last one was an EP. This is gonna be somewhere between 40-50 minutes of music.
Okay.
I think.
Well, that's like growing up. It's like you've always been about music and games. It's like as long as I can remember knowing you, it's been music and games. And like when you started doing music, I was always like, dude, he's getting really good at this, like super good. And then like one of the things I want to bring up is not to toot your horn for you. It's like you worked with Square Enix and Capcom.
I have, yes,
and
actually.
That's like to a lot of people, it's like that's insane. Like to a lot of people that wouldn't know that, it's like, what's that like? Like, what is it like for them to be like, hey, can you do this for us?
Excuse me. Still sick, getting over it.
Yeah, so there's going to be a lot of coughing, people.
Yeah,
We're real sorry.
Sorry about that.
We'll put a warning at the beginning of the episode. We'll Joe Rogan it and give you that warning at the beginning. So like, I'm coughing a lot.
You want that one?
Yeah, actually.
There you go.
Thanks, man.
Just
But
sitting over here. I was like, oh yeah.
the Capcom thing was through OC Remix. I'd always, kind of... It took me a while to actually get good enough to actually have something posted on OC Remix, but... I don't know. It was such a gradual process. It felt really cool whenever they were like, hey, you're on our short list of remixers. We got this really cool thing. Do you want to be a part of it? I was like, all right, I made it. Like, this is cool. I'm down. Let's do it. Pumped out a track in a couple days. And
Was that for the Street Fighter 2?
this was for
soundtrack?
the 25th anniversary Mega Man remix.
Okay, cool.
Yes. I had a track on there. It was really cool. Still getting a few royalties from that.
But
But
yeah, no, I remember the one time you were like, I don't know if I'll be able to go hang out tomorrow or not, and then you were like, never mind, royalty check came in, I can go get lunch and hang out. And I was like, oh my god, that's great.
That is a good feeling. That really is. Like, cause
That's funny.
it's like the way that they do it is quarterly, and so it's like a surprise, just extra money every 4 months. Very handy. But no, I don't know. I feel like I'm humbled by it in one sense, but also I'm just like I realize that I got here for a reason.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. I have no idea what I'm trying to say, honestly. I'm happy. I'm really happy for the opportunity, but I've still got a lot of ways to go.
Yeah.
Is what I'm trying to get at, I guess. But no, and then there's the Square Enix thing that actually never panned out, sadly.
Okay.
But I still did get the offer, and they were like, "Hey, you should come work on this. I was like, all right. And actually, one of the tracks on the album is the track that I wrote for that.
Okay.
That never had an outlet to be released, so it's going to be released on this album instead. So,
Rad.
you know, it's cool. I guess to answer your question, how is it to you know, get these big opportunities? How does it feel? It's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
It feels really cool, but at the same time, I don't feel like too much has changed. You know, I'm still just me, still trying to get by.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's like the only music experience I have is like playing back in the day with Nick and all them. It's like, and that's what I felt, just happy being able to do it. Like I didn't care if it went somewhere. I didn't care, like, you know, when people would talk to us and be like, "Oh no, you two, like I love it. Like I can't believe you guys wrote that." It's like you sit there for a minute and you're like
I was
thank
working
you?
at Walmart and someone was like, "I watched you play in a band once." I was like, "You saw that?"
Yeah, it's like, what?
Yeah, like,
But
they could have come to me and just been like, "Look, we're probably not gonna pay you, but this is an officially licensed album, you know, by Capcom." I'm like, dude, fucking love Mega Man games. Hell yeah, I want to be a part of this.
Yeah.
Like, pay me, don't pay me, I don't care. It's a fucking wonderful experience. It's incredible.
and it's like, and you've got to meet, just by going to like stuff like MagFest and being on OC Remix, like, you know, so many like chiptune, synthwave, and like nerdcore people, and it's like the one thing I still wait for till this day, and I say it all the time, is I want you and Megaran to do that album together so bad that it's unreal. And like that was hilarious because like we watched, the last time we got to see Megaran was in January, and I tried to go see him in San Diego when I was in San Diego for Comic-Con, and I just could not, for the love of me, find the place. Like I was just like, it says I'm right here, and I couldn't find it. And but we got to watch him at the MagFest stage at PAX, and it was amazing really cool, because he was running a little bit behind. Like, he had literally got off a plane and immediately got there. Like, Xavier Woods was supposed to be there too, and he was running behind. He didn't get there to PAX till the next day. But it was one of those things that, like, Richard almost skipped it. Like, he was like, I think I'm just going to go back to the hotel. And I was like, well, dude, I'm just going to be real with you. I was like, you'll be walking or taking an Uber by yourself because I'm going to watch Megaran. And then he was like, yeah, fuck it. Like, let's go play something upstairs and then go over to the thing. And so, like, I played, like, a couple matches of Windjammers, and then we went next door to watch, who played first?
I don't remember.
They played with Megaran, too, and now I feel bad.
I don't remember.
They
were really good, though.
Bitforce.
Yeah.
Bitforce, yeah.
Good stuff.
Dudes were rad, man, and then they killed it. The crowd got real into it, and then when Megaran got up there, that hype dude, like, he wasn't even with Megaran. Megaran Megaran and Bitforce brought him up there because he was just on the front row, like, and like doing dancing and everything, and they're like, this guy right here, and he just became like the official hype man for the rest of the night. And I was like, that guy right there, he's going places.
Did he happen to do his it was like a pocket freestyle, I guess?
I don't believe he did any like freestyles.
No.
They didn't have a lot of time.
Okay.
They each only got, I think, like 30 minutes, and he only was going to play the WWE track because Xavier was going to be there, and then because Xavier couldn't be there, he was still like, hey, you know what? I rehearsed it, I practiced it. We're still gonna play it, and so like he still played the New Day track, and like he did OP, he did New Day, he did God, it's so hard to even think about everything he played.
Hits.
Yeah, like anything that would have been a big hit for him, like he tried to fit it in there real quick. And I give Bitforce. Yeah, he messed up a couple times, but like the crowd fixed it for him, and he was just like, yes.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And he had somebody else there with him too, that he just happened to be at PAX South and was on the same track as Megaran at one point. And he was like, we're going to play this track. We're real sorry. And the other guy got it. He was like, I haven't heard this track or even listened to this track in like 2 years. So if I mess up my lyrics, please fix it. And the guy started to forget lyrics, and the crowd picked it up, and then he was like, got it, cool. But and I give it to Bitforce too, because they learned everything about the set list to play it with him. And I was like, damn, that's rad. But it's like,
cool.
I would kill just for like your music behind his lyrics, and I'd be like, yep, it's done. This is the greatest album of all time. I don't know what else to do with my life.
I definitely have to get to know the guy a little bit better first. I've had some, like, a while back I went to Fayetteville for it was like a mini MagFest show.
Yeah.
They were on tour. It was like MagFest touring or something. So there was like I had Amanda Lepre, Mega Ran, D&D Sluggers, Professor Shy Guy, Lucio, I think, were the performers on tour. And they all were hanging out at Lucio's house, because he's from Fayetteville. And I was up there with Hoodie and Ren from Chiptunes Equals Win.
Okay.
I went up with them for the show just to hang out and everything, and it was really cool. Just getting to, like, hanging out with a bunch of artists, you know? And so I got to spend some time with them, not long enough to consider ourselves, I guess, friends.
Yeah.
But, you know, we're definitely acquainted. But it was such an amazing experience, like, seeing him perform there, like, because it was just a pub in the middle of Fayetteville.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's like the first time I ever saw him play. I didn't know who he was. I didn't know he was going to be playing. We went to go see MC Chris in Little Rock at Juanita's, and him and K Murdoch opened the entire show and absolutely killed it. And when it was over, it was hilarious because I was like, I'm going to go talk to this guy, you know, see what he's all about and everything. And then, like, he was doing all that and he was signing stuff for people. And he was like, you want me to sign something for you? And I was just like, I guess. And so, like, I took my hat off and I gave it to him, and it was an Atlanta Braves hat, and he goes, fucking Braves hat, man. And so he put random on there, then dash Mega Ran, and he put go Phillies. And then handed me my hat back, and I was like, oh my god, that's too great, man. That's hilarious.
That's pretty good.
But it was him and Adam Warrock, man, and then MC Lars and MC Chris, and it was a fun show, but it was one of those things that, like,
I haven't seen Lars in a minute.
he killed it, dude.
Hell yeah.
But I think my thing with it is Mega Ran opened, and I think Warrock opened and Mega Ran did second, but he just killed it. And, like, it was just like and there was a good 30 minutes in between him and Lars, because Lars and them were getting set up. But it was like the whole crowd was still just pumped because they were like, holy shit, that was good.
Yeah.
And, like, his merch booth was just packed to the brim because it was like everyone was like, holy shit, dude, you're fantastic.
Yeah.
And, like, to see how much he's blown up just over the past, like, 4 years, it's like, damn, dude, you deserve everything. Like, everything.
Yeah, he's not only is he good, like I was mentioning the pocket freestyle, like at that show that I was mentioning, he ended up at one point just like, all right, everybody pull something out of your pockets and hold it above your head. And people were pulling out phones, somebody held up a Game Boy, there was like just somebody held their entire purse up, whatever. And he literally just walked in the middle of the crowd and just started freestyling about what people were holding up.
Wonderful.
Literally on the spot.
There was a video, I think it was, I don't know what con it was, but yeah, it was Mega Ran just going around doing freestyle with different cosplayers.
Yeah.
I was like, that's fucking
It's
awesome.
insane. And, you know, he's really good at what he does, and he's really, like, he's a genuine, really nice, genuine guy to boot.
Always been such a good dude every time we've seen him live.
Originally a teacher.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's it. I mean, he actually employs, like, teacher tactics. I don't know what I'm trying to say, like, just rules, the way teachers think into his music. And it's interesting how that works, and you can tell whenever he's on stage.
Well, and that's like a lot of people might give flack for it like for me to say it, but it's like, to me, like, just not even considering it nerdcore at that point, but like, just he's one of the realest dudes in hip hop as he is, because like, he just doesn't care. Like, he just wants to be a nice dude. He wants to sing about what he wants to sing about. And if that means it's really nerdy, he's going to do it because that's what he's known for. But if it's him being like, you know what? No, I want to sing about this. He's going to do it. And it's going to come out absolutely fantastic. And my favorite thing is he did that remix on Extra Credit with Cisco. And I was like, fantastic. Everything about this track is great. I'm like, please, more of this. Give me Mega Ran and Cisco together more often. Hashtag thong song.
I don't even remember how we got on this. Mega Ran.
I think just because you were talking about music. And I wanted to see that album.
Probably. Yeah, oh, that's right. Yeah,
but,
I wanted to see that collab album.
What is something now that you want to get out of music?
Oh, that's a big question. It's big. I don't know. I still have yet to write music specifically for a video game. I've had my music in a couple of games, but for the most part, they've not really been composed along with the game.
Yeah.
You know, they haven't been a part of the game in that sense. Like, they've just been kind of, I wrote these songs and they've been used in a rhythm game. Stuff like that. So I think that would probably be, like, still one of my biggest dreams to actually make a game soundtrack. Like,
Okay.
it's games and music are my two passions, and combining them has always been, it's the biggest passion.
Yeah.
Dream of mine, I guess.
Oh yeah. And then you're making the big trip because you're going to be moving soon.
Oh yeah.
And you're moving to what I would say is video game heaven with Austin, Texas.
I'm really hoping that opens up some doors for me. Yeah.
Because there's so much just in your own backyard at that point. Like,
It's like
so many companies. We've got a couple friends that run a entire like AI gaming corp out there, and dude, like they just do whatever the hell they want. The first night we were hanging out with them, they're like, we bought a helicopter the other day just for the fact that we could buy a helicopter.
That's
And I was
crazy.
like, why? It's like, why not?
Nobody
And
can
it was
fly
like,
it. We just
well.
bought it.
Like I was like, okay. It was like, sounds great.
We just go out and have a beer in the helicopter every once in a while.
Just sit in it.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to moving to Austin. It's a big place, beautiful city,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely gorgeous. Every time I've been there, I've always had a blast, and it's like the mecca for both. Almost every video game company has a presence there.
Yeah.
and-
And if not,
Music
2
too.
hours away in
Yeah.
Dallas, they do.
Right. So it's gonna be a good move, I think. I'm looking forward to it.
Hell yeah. And even with that too, it's like if you ever get bored, you can just go on Dirty Six for like 4 hours and just hope you don't die by all the alcohol. But
Yeah, man. Yeah, that, and hopefully in the near future, I will have my both music and streaming. And honestly, I'm not in it for the money,
okay.
But I would like to be able to turn my streaming and my music into a sustainable career,
Yeah.
I don't need to be rich. I don't need a mansion. I don't need a helicopter.
Yeah.
I just want to be able to get by and do what I love.
Stop. Nobody needs.
Yeah.
Come on.
To the Peter Cotton.
I don't even particularly want.
Fair.
That's.
At this time.
I just want to be able to do what I love and
Yeah.
be able to get by doing it.
That's how I feel.
That's really all I ask for,
Awesome. So we're gonna take a break real quick.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
That was so weak. Just clap.
that was really weird because I saw you clap and then I saw it on there and I thought that was her clapping because it was on the other side.
Oh, the coughing is not gonna stop.
Nope. Just
Oof.
it
Oh
was,
man, it's bad.
too much sick.
But hey, you have all these social medias and all these places that people
Right.
can either hear your music, they can watch you. Where's everywhere that they can go?
All right, so we got Twitch, twitch.tv/TheoryOfN, no spaces. We got SoundCloud.com/TheoryOfN. We got TheoryOfN.bandcamp.com. You can go and see my there's actually a remix album on there you can't really get anywhere else. It's pretty cool.
Okay.
Follow me on Twitter. The account is TheoryOfN. Go figure. Basically, you search TheoryOfN, you'll find me. You find everything. It's pretty
Awesome.
much. It's pretty much. It's not hard to find.
Good.
Yeah.
That's actually really good.
Yeah, it is. Nobody else has that name.
Yeah, that I would hope. That's like mine. Like everyone makes fun of my username, and I'm like, haha, at least no one else has
Right.
it. With what was it? I think I was playing Overwatch with a couple of friends, and at first they were like, I didn't know who this was, so I just didn't add it. I was like, they were like, I thought this was just some generic douchebag. And I was like, thanks. I was like, sorry.
Oh, there's
More accurate to the truth than like I don't want to admit.
there's also the Facebook page. That's important.
Yeah.
Facebook.com/TheoryOfN.
Oh,
Boom.
that was gonna be something different.
/theory-of dash. No, it's
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
There's no dash.
We have a dash on the SoundCloud.
Yeah, we had to.
Yeah, Pack Dash O Geeks.
It's always a shame, right?
Yeah.
It feels just a little bit disheartening. Just like
Yeah, a little
It's
bit.
like, why did this happen?
My Twitter, I have to have an underscore because there's a guy that has Jolly Richard because his name is Richard Jolly. He hasn't used it since like 2010. I'm
I
just
mean, to
like,
be
fuck
fair-
you!
to be fair though, his last name is Jolly. He deserves a
Yeah,
little more.
yeah.
Just-
Yeah.
So I was like, so I just went Jolly Richard underscore.
It's like his parents knew this
Yeah.
day would come.
And just to fuck with you.
Yeah, just
We bet you some dude tries to play video games called Jolly Richards. We're gonna fuck this shit up for him.
30 years from now, there'll be this thing called Twitter. We need to fuck this kid that's not even born.
But, are you ready with that timer? You got your timer good to go?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So, topic number 4. Richard's most hated place on Twitch.
It's not my hate. It's not.
Wait, so we're talking
It's
about YouTube again?
fine.
We're talking about you again?
It's fine. IRL is fine.
If you didn't say it, we're going to talk about IRL. And so, we're going to talk about IRL and some YouTube live stuff.
We're all fine here now, thank you. How are you?
So,
Boring conversation anyway.
Yeah.
So, Dustin, since we know Richard's feelings, what are your feelings on IRL?
Are you speaking about in real life?
Yeah.
Like just real life in general?
Yeah,
What are
like,
my feelings
well-
on real life?
Well, I guess. If you,
The
how are your
section-
feelings about life?
You're talking about like Twitch?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
Twitch
the
IRL.
IRL streaming. Yeah.
I've actually not seen any,
Okay.
but I imagine that it's where they like you watch people eat.
Well,
Because I know that was a
Generally,
you
thing
can,
for
you
a
can do
while.
that
around.
sometimes, yeah.
They walk around. They fuck with people.
Okay, I can see that. Yeah, I could see how that would be really entertaining. It depends on what you do, you know. I mean,
There's that one Twitch fail that we saw, that girl that almost got raped and or murdered, and not necessarily in that order.
Yeah, it
And then
was.
she's like running away, like freaked out, like, oh my god, there was a
The-
stair to nowhere.
The one
ah!
that she accidentally got into a car that she thought it was her Uber.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't her Uber.
Yeah, and it was not her Uber.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then there was the girl that legit, like, these dudes came in mask, put her on the floor, and were just like, don't you dare move. And she was like, oh my god, please don't hurt me, please don't do it. And like, it was just all recording. Like, there was no way to do it. Like, they were just stealing all of her shit and like gun to her head and everything. And she
so
was
she's just like streaming on her cell phone, or she was walking.
no,
around?
she was streaming like at her computer, just talking and answering questions in IRL. And then like just immediately these dudes
People
just
broke
broke
in?
into her house.
Fuck.
But yeah, there's just like
Alright.
There's been a few muggings on live streams, like people on their cell phone. Someone will
Uh,
take their phone.
who was it?
Run
Man,
off.
was it Mexican Andy?
Probably.
Or like is that his name? The one dude that used to
Yes.
follow Ice Poseidon.
Yeah. I don't
Uh,
know his actual name.
No, just the one?
just the one guy.
that followed us.
But no, he was like his stalker forever, and then people learned who he was, and so he started his own Twitch channel.
Yeah.
But this dude just looked at him like he was walking up and asked him a question, and he was like, "Yeah, man, I'm gonna ask you this. This is a mugging. You need to get your fucking money out." And he was like, "Whoa, wait, what?" And he was like, "No, get your fucking wallet out and make this look like it's not something." Like, and he like took his wallet and he was like,
I think that's
and I was like, "Oh my
there was the
god!"
one guy that the guy walked up to him and was like, yeah, it'd be funny if I had a knife right now. And he's like, yeah, it would be. And he just walked away. He was like,
No,
I
that
think
was-
that guy was trying to mug me.
No, that was from Rooster Teeth
Oh,
when they were in was it London?
maybe
or somewhere,
I don't
but
think
it was, Wasn't it Jeremy?
No, I don't think so.
But he was just like, "Hey, it would be really weird if I had a knife." And he was like, "Yeah, it would be, man. You have a great day." And he just like walked away. And as he was halfway down the road, he's like, "I think that guy was gonna try to mug me." But
That's crazy.
but no, it's like there's just so much like, I think toxicity that comes out of
Mhm.
Yeah, I could.
IRL, like all the whole Ice Poseidon incident where he was like he got banned, and so like he defected from Twitch, and then he was the first like partnered YouTube Live person, and like their whole YouTube's whole like talk with him was how can we take down Twitch, and like all this stuff, and he was like, yeah, this is what we'll do, blah blah blah, and all this stuff, and it was real weird to like watch it all unfold, because then he just started being like, oh yeah, go fuck with this girl because she's nothing but a titty streamer, fuck her, and like his like little hooligans would just go and like raid everybody and just be like, you're a fucking asshole, blah blah blah, and like all this shit, and like get them banned for stuff and everything. It was just like, man, that's real shitty. It's like, man, but like that stuff happens in IRL so often. Or there was the dude who like went to Korea and was just like really shitty to like everyone he met, and so he got kicked out of Korea.
Yeah.
And so it's just like there's so much about it that's like I don't get it. I IRL streamed once from Comic-Con, and like it ended after 5 minutes because the service was so bad inside the convention center in San Diego that it was just like, and we're done. I was like, oh, okay. And
I went to Mississippi with a girl in Little Rock that streams, and she did a IRL stuff while we were driving down there. but it was like in the Delta, and so like internet service wasn't very good.
Right.
So it was like super choppy,
Yep.
really blurry. Yeah, the app is all right, but like
I feel like Twitch as a platform is meant for people to perform. Like basically what you're doing is you're putting on a show. So it would not be surprising to me if, more than half of these were staged.
Yeah.
And I think it is something to say about the way society is going these days. Like, people get off on that sometimes. Like, people enjoy watching people suffer, I guess. And it's really annoying. It's really frustrating to watch. But that's what happens. As long as they are staying within Twitch's guidelines, not breaking any laws, though, I mean, I think that's what's great about Twitch. Like, you can put on a show however you want. You can play video games. You can write music. You can perform music. You can create art. You can do whatever you want to do on here. Like, as long as you're staying within Twitch's guidelines, as long as you're not breaking any laws, and that's the great thing about Twitch,
Well, heck yeah. And my thing with it is, I think for me it's like, because we watch so many like stream fails or like stream wins and stuff, and like most of the fails come from IRL of people doing the same shit over and over, and it's like, oh hey, I got banned for this last time, see if I can do it again. And it's like, why? But I think the main thing with IRL is like
song requests, just turn that shit off.
Yeah. Whew. Man, or if you get that one guy that he's like, hey, you should go check out this username. It's like, yeah, don't read it. Don't read his username out loud. But it's one of those things that's like, I see so many people get swatted a week.
Yeah.
On stream fails, and it's like, and for Ice Poseidon, it's like, as much as I talk shit about the guy, or I like last episode, it's like I was like, no, I give the guy all the credit in the world because he is using everything that he can possibly use to be like, hey, this is what I do, be my fan. And like, it's like, now does some of it seem a little outrageous? Yeah, but he's making money, so I'm not gonna knock him because he makes more than I do. But it's one of those things that it's like, with him, it's like, the one time that I felt really bad for him is when they walked out of like that Walgreens or whatever, and he was like, hold on, we have to wait for my security. And they were like, the guy that was with him was like, why, what's up? He goes, I just got a call from my apartment complex. And apparently SWAT showed up for the 4th fucking time today. And so my security detail is on the way to basically black us out for the rest of the day. That way no one can know where we are. No one knows what we're doing. And they were like, well, what do you think? And he's like, no, probably just going to get evicted from my apartment. It's probably what's going to happen. And it was one of those things that I was like, damn, dude, that really sucks. And especially because he always streamed right by his window. Yeah. So everyone knew where he was because they could look at the building behind him and be like, oh, he lives right there. So cool, he's on this floor.
There's a few times someone will be on the building opposite and just like do this. Just like wave.
I mean, that's on them though.
Yeah.
If you're going to broadcast where you are, then you got to be safe.
You got to be smart about it. Yeah.
But yeah, and it's one of those things. And then like with YouTube Live, like trying to rival Twitch, it's like, I see people on YouTube Live that like I've heard about and like I know, but it's like most of the time, like you said last week, or last episode, like the main reason I go to YouTube is to watch something if I didn't see it live on Twitch. And so it's one of those things that it's like,
stuff,
it's like I use YouTube for like very specific reasons, and that's it. And so
like YouTube Live, they don't have a lot of rules as much as Twitch. Like Twitch TOS is pretty concrete.
Really new to it.
YouTube Live is still very. They need to set some guidelines for stuff. Yeah.
I was kind of when it touched on it a little bit earlier, but it's like the way I see it, like Twitch and YouTube are very different. Like Twitch is for live streaming. It's all you do the preparation beforehand, and you basically create the show beforehand. Whereas YouTube, you create the final product in post. And it makes a different final product. And I think it's cool that YouTube wants to branch out, but I think that they're not as informed about what they're doing, I guess. Like they don't know quite what they're doing yet.
Okay.
And on the opposite end, like Twitch now, you can do uploads. Like you can upload a video that like they could rival YouTube in that sense of like, hey, you missed this, here's the upload video of this.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a guy I watch, he's from Conway. He uploads like when there's a thunderstorm, he'll just like do, here's a video for 30 minutes of ambient rainstorms, and he'll just upload that to his Twitch channel.
All
That
right.
way, like if he's not streaming,
Yeah.
they can watch that and just be like, oh,
That's
this
pretty
is cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I think probably the thing that Twitch is gonna have to do to grow at this point is just somehow overcome the stigma that Twitch is for gaming.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
you
and
know,
they've gotten away from it for the most part.
for the
With
most
creative and all
Yeah,
that
yeah.
stuff,
I mean,
yeah.
they are branching out. Like, you can definitely do whatever you would like in Twitch. I was talking about that earlier, but for the most part, the general perception that people have
Yeah.
is
Yeah,
that
yeah.
Twitch is for gaming.
No, yeah,
Well,
that's another thing. Like you still, I can't talk. You can still see like people will tweet, "Oh, I don't like this person because I don't feel like they should be on Twitch because they're not playing video games." It's like that. It's
Yeah,
not really an
really
argument
just that.
anymore because you can do whatever now.
Right.
So
And that's like, for things that Twitch has done, it's like, even if like you said, you have to get rid of the stigma that's for gaming, it's like, but I do like that, like, gaming is what made them
Right.
what they were, because it was
Yeah.
a bunch of old Stickum people and Stickum hosts and stuff that
Mhm.
came over to be like, let's do this. Like,
Yeah.
we can do this. And just them coming together and, like, signing the deal with the LCS and ELS and MLG and
yeah,
all that stuff, where it's like, if you want to watch all that stuff, you can literally go to Twitch right now and watch it. Like,
yeah, them partnering with esports, which is like the one side of Twitch I never really watch.
Yeah.
I've never gotten into big esports stuff. So.
see, that's what I watch too much of it.
But then partnering with them was a very good move.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was definitely. Yeah, I've watched many an LCS season.
Yeah, and that's my thing. It's like anytime I see anyone from Liquid live, it's like I go and watch. Or if
Mhm.
it's like if it's a Liquid match, it's like I'm usually watching like a match or two prior, or like a match or so after, because I'm just like, oh, I'm here, why not? And it's like I watched a lot of the Overwatch World Cup and a lot of the other stuff from BlizzCon, and
Yeah.
like anytime I can't be somewhere, I go to Twitch to try and be a part of it. And so it's like, so I can still be in the conversation. And that, I think that's cool, because like they'll have a bunch of people live streaming from conventions. It's like they
Yeah.
live streamed to all of Anime Expo.
Yeah.
And it was like, if you weren't there, it's like, cool, you can be in the chat, and they would answer questions from the chat. And I was like, oh, cool, that's actually really rad.
TwitchCon, they would allow like certain streamers to stream for a little bit, like an hour or two. Like Wildcard, the developers of Ark,
Mm-hmm.
they would let streamers play the new expansion coming out.
Mhm.
They could do like a 1 or 2 hours and show off like the content that's in there, which I thought was really good.
Yeah.
But to go with that, it's like, yeah, like you can go to creative and just watch people do
Yeah.
graphic design or
Mhm.
do some
That's
painting
mostly
for
what I watch now.
a little while, or
Yeah.
like one of the main channels I watch is a guy called 8-Bit Drummer, and all he does is sit there and play drums all day.
Yeah.
And it's great. He'll just look at his chat, and if you donate something, or you follow him, he'll do like follower a day. If you follow him, it's like, hey, give me a song, and he'll just play it. Or if it's like you donate $5, there's a list on his like, I think like his Patreon or his Facebook or something. It's like, these are the songs I absolutely know how to play that I don't have to improvise. If you want to name one of these, if not, I'll improvise whatever I can.
Yeah.
But it's like, if you donate $5, like most of the time, it's the people that are like his fans and stuff that are just like, oh, hey, dude, play a song. I haven't got to hear you play a song. And he'll do like Anime Tuesdays or like Metal Fridays and stuff, to where it's like that's all he plays. And so it's like, dude, that's really rad. And it's like, I've watched Drunk Jesus more times than I can count, just play guitar for 3 hours at a time. It's like, holy crap.
You say Drunk Jesus, I can just imagine what that is.
Bro, it's if you haven't, you just need to go watch it, because
Yeah.
I don't even know if he's really ever drunk, but it's just a dude dressed up as Jesus
Right.
playing guitar, and his green screen is heaven in the background. He's just like,
That's
yeah.
exactly what I imagined.
And I'm just like, every time I'm just like, this guy right here, this guy fucks. Like,
That's hilarious.
but no, I think that with the current state of Twitch is basically what we're already talking about. I think that is, like, I agree. It's like they do need to get more stuff that people can be like, oh yeah, you can go watch that on Twitch.
Mhm.
And it's like, okay, and I think the Crunchyroll partnership was a really good deal for
Yeah.
that. Them being like, oh hey, do you
They
want to
had,
watch
like,
this
the
anime marathon?
Anime marathon
Yeah,
going
they
on
have
recently.
Yu-Gi-Oh going on right now.
Do they?
Yeah.
Man, I tried picking up Yu-Gi-Oh again recently just to rewatch it. Such
Doesn't
garbage.
hold up, man. It does not hold up. But that's like with that. It's like they did the whole Bob Ross thing. They did the Power Rangers thing, which they still do. Bob
I
Ross.
still watch Bob Ross. It's so
Happy
good.
Trees.
Yeah. You can get emotes. Like, you can subscribe to that channel.
Wow.
And,
that's
like,
cool.
you can get Bob Ross emotes and stuff. It's great.
And that's like when they did the Power Rangers marathon, we sat there for days just watching Power Rangers.
With the Power Rangers one, it's like a one-time subscribe.
Mm-hmm.
So once you subscribe during that time period, you kept those emotes.
Oh, that's
so I
cool.
still have the Power Ranger emotes.
That's really cool. That's
But,
another thing I just tried to start watching again recently.
It's hard, man.
Didn't hold up.
Yeah,
It's hard.
it's hard.
That's what I watch. See, I watch a lot of like the Japanese, like Go Ranger and Go Kyber and stuff.
I've been wanting to foray into that, but it's such an undertaking. All
Oh, dude,
Sentai.
Well, here's
whatever.
Super Sentai, dude, is just
Super
such like
Sentai.
a. I watch because my thing is like I catch any of the Ranger series when I can. I just always keep up with Kamen Rider.
Mhm.
And like if they do a crossover and it's like, oh hey, you should have watched these 13 episodes of Power Rangers to know what the fuck is going on. Then I'll be like, okay, I guess I need to go watch Go Ranger real quick and see what I missed, and I'll try to catch up in like one day. Then watch the movie crossover and then be like, okay, we're caught up now.
When they had the marathon going, I watched up to Power Ranger Space, which is when I stopped watching on TV. And then I was just like, yeah, I'm done.
Yeah.
Because it got real...
Oh, dude, it gets real weird, especially with In Space, because then the turtles
Yeah.
get their crossover episodes, and you're just like, what the fuck is going on? Why are the Ninja Turtles on the moon? I don't get what's happening right now. But no, it's like, there's so many things that they could do, and it's like, with all this, like, the music sections on Tits, the creative sections, it's like, the talk show section, there's the board game section, there's all kinds of stuff. It's like, it's wonderful that there are a million
the amount
ways.
of D&D like campaigns on Twitch right now is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
they're definitely well on their way
Yeah.
to eliminating that stigma. Even though I do still, I appreciate the association with Twitch and gaming.
Yeah.
It's still, it's nice to see that they're opening up their doors to everything else as well.
Yeah.
And that's why I give DJ Wheat and all those guys so much credit, because they've come such a long way and keep evolving it to where it's like, oh hey, it's not the same thing you had last year. It's a whole new
Yeah, I was
thing.
gonna say in a fairly short amount of time too. Like,
Yeah. Dude's a genius though, so I give him all the credit in the world.
I wanted to touch on how do you feel about like streamers that are solely like a persona versus like someone that's like real like just it's them.
I think
So like just like Dr. Disrespect, he's like a persona compared to like
Right.
someone that's just like a person that's streaming.
like Drunk Jesus.
Yeah.
I mean,
Future Man.
I think there's room for both. you
Yeah.
know? It just depends on what the viewer wants to watch. If you see yourself as more of an entertainer type, give yourself a persona. Entertain. Do what you want to do. If you just want to roll with it, be yourself, do that too. You can find people to watch. I think it's really cool about that. You
Tom,
know?
you could be Grandpa Tom.
You
You could bestow people with wisdom.
Yeah.
See,
I
look,
am
your
Grandpa
persona
Tom.
No,
is
see,
you.
that's not a persona. That's
Yeah,
that's just him being him.
No, just 2 days a week, just drunk history with Grandpa Tom. Because I need that Theodore Roosevelt talk in my life again.
I don't know if my liver can take that. I remember talking about Theodore Roosevelt. I do not remember more than like maybe a paragraph.
It was great.
It was
Yeah.
3
So good.
New Year's, dude. 3 hours of Tom just being completely wasted, giving us this drunk history lesson on Theodore Roosevelt, and be like, "You guys don't understand everything that he did." And it was like, "Oh my god!" It was so.
You just don't get it. You don't get it.
He's so wonderful, man. I love him. It's great.
Yeah.
Hashtag best
Personas. This motherfucker trying to come up with a stupid ass.
Oh no, dude! We'll talk about the persona I came up with after we stopped the episode, because I don't know if I put it in the group that day, but I have this idea. And when Richard going, I fucking hate you. That's so stupid. And then he looked at me and goes, I'm just really mad because it's fucking brilliant, and I know it'll work with it being so stupid. And I was like,
I know what you're talking about. That
And
is,
so I was like,
he's
yeah.
right. He's right. That is really stupid, and it's gonna get you. You're gonna
See,
get
there
so
are-
many followers.
Excuse me. There are. Yeah, I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm gonna. Yes. There are definitely some things to keep in mind whenever you're, just being yourself as opposed to an entertainer, is that you do have an audience.
Yeah.
Like, you can't just sit there and just play games and just zone out and
Yeah.
do that. You've still got to engage with the audience, even if that's not who you are.
Yeah.
Like, if that's what you're trying to do, if this is something that you want to do, you have to put on sort of a persona. You've gotta put something into it. And if you're just naturally, like, ragey or negative, a lot of that isn't going to get you very far.
Yeah.
Some of it, every once in a while, is hilarious. You know, everybody enjoys a good rage.
Yeah.
But if that's just who you are, you got to tone it down a bit, or you're not going to get very far.
Yeah.
So it's, you know, I feel like in order to make it, if you're not just naturally a peppy, happy person, you've got to put on a little bit of a persona, and if you want to make it, because you are an entertainer, you know? That's just how it is.
But have you ever thought about doing anything on like the music category, and just like sitting there and maybe doing like just like a live DJ set while talking to people or something,
or just working on stuff?
Yeah,
I've thought about it before. I don't know. I'm very self-conscious about my processes, I guess.
Okay.
Whenever it comes to that, I don't know if I could ever, at least not right now. I don't know if I could just have like a music production stream of me just making music.
Yeah.
Because I know that there's some things that I would be heavily judged for. Oh God, if you ever saw any of my project files, and you had any idea what any of it meant, you would shit yourself. You'd just be like, what the hell is this garbage? Like, it's not well organized.
Yeah.
It's definitely not.
Well, and the reason I bring something like that up is like because your album drops in a couple weeks. It's like you could always do like an album release on Twitch and just like sit there and like play the tracks, and while everyone's listening to it and like asking questions after the track is over, be like, hey, what'd you guys think of that? Like answer the questions and stuff. I was sitting here the whole time like, dude, that would be so fucking cool. Like,
yeah,
just
I'm
like
actually I'm looking into it. I don't want to say anything for sure because I actually have not talked about it with them yet.
Yeah.
But I am looking at potentially having a release party through. I'm really hesitant to say it just because I don't want to say anything.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
But I'm looking at having a release party, through a group as well as on my Twitch at the same time. I think it would be really cool. So. Keep an eye out for that.
Yeah.
Definitely. Next couple weeks or so.
Hell yeah.
It's gonna be a good time.
And so with because like talking about like I think that everything that Twitch has done over the course of its lifespan so far has been absolutely fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
From it being esports to gaming to art to music to developing to cons to everything. It's like it's been fantastic, whether it be the ups or downs, because without the downs, you can't have better ups, and without like evolving the Thomas be like, what?
No, all I can hear is the fucking song from Robin Hood, Disney's Robin Hood. Yeah.
Which one?
Sometimes up, so outnumber the downs. Yeah.
But yeah, it's just one of those things that it's always been a platform that I love, no matter what. And I don't think that will change.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like you said, you have to have a good community. You have to be more talkative, and I think that was part of one of the reasons that some of my people would come in, they would just leave because I would get too out of it, and then just sit there and play Disc Jam and not talk to anybody. But it's like with Resident Evil, it's like I had Ross talking, and I had a couple of other people talking, and I just remember one night I was doing my ending spiel of everything, and after it was done, Jerry being like, "Yeah, but nobody was watching." Like, okay. I was like, I still should get used to saying it and get used to knowing how to do it. Mm-hmm. And I was like, that way you're going through the motions, whether you have one person following you or 500 people following you or watching at that time. It's like,
it feels awkward.
It could feel awkward when you're just like, you're just talking to yourself, basically. Just like doing random commentary. For a game, I'll just randomly be like, look at that fucker. Like,
what the fuck's he doing there?
What is going on there? Yeah. You just start pointing out stuff in the game or being like, this is what I'm trying to do.
Right.
Yeah.
And there can be 0 people on your thing, but you still got to act like there's people there.
Yeah. And I think that's a good mentality though to have is because if you're not doing it and you're just sitting there playing a game, then some people might be like, I'm just gonna watch this guy play.
And I mean, I've done that. I've gone to a channel and they haven't said anything for a good 5-10 minutes. I'm like,
okay.
Well,
let's
see ya.
Yeah, and it's one of those. It's like But like I said, everyone just being, like you brought up, like it just humbles you.
Mhm.
It's like, that's when we met so many people, it's like that we watched on a daily basis at Twitch or at PAX South. And it's like when you talked to Pocket, you were just like, hey, you
Yeah,
know,
she just
like,
gave me a hug. I was like,
yeah, she was like randomly was like here and like hugged him and like where he was like, oh hey, he was like, yeah, no, I watch you all the time. And like when he said like thanks Pocket, and she goes, no, Hillary.
Yeah, like she
Like,
was just like, no, you
instantly.
can call me Hillary. I was like, oh,
And
okay.
so it was just one of those
I was
things
like,
that you were
cool.
like, oh, awesome, yeah. And like when I met Xavier,
Yeah.
it was one of those things that like I gave up lunch. I forfeited like so much stuff because I was like, I'm meeting Xavier Woods. Like I'm gonna find him because he had put on his Twitter. He's like, I'm on the floor. Come find me. And so I was like sitting there in a lunch line because like I'd almost given up, and I was like, I'll grab something real quick and then go back. And as I was in line, someone goes, isn't that dude from WWE? And I was like, oh shit. And so like I looked over and he was just standing there. And so like I walked over and his like management for his YouTube channel was like, you need to hurry. We have to get episodes filmed. You have weightlifting later. We have to finish all this stuff so you're not late for anything else. And he was like, you can hold on, I'm talking to people. And I was the last person that was in this mob of people. And she was like, Austin, we have to go. And he just like turned around and he was like, shh. And he looked back and he goes, what's up, dude? And I was like, not a lot, man. I was like, I really just wanted to come over and tell you that I was like, I've watched you since like 2008. I was like, I think you're rad. You're a great athlete, and I love your YouTube channel. I was like, I just wanted to see if I could get a picture. And he was like, you're damn right, you can get a picture. And so, like, we did a picture together real quick and left, and I like, shook his hand. I was like, dude, thank you so much. He was like, yeah, dude, no, thank you. He goes, I'm going to get to work, so she'll shut up. I was like, fair enough. But it was just like him being like, you know, this dude didn't have to talk to anybody. It's like, dude's YouTube channel has, you know, 1 million followers. He's a world-renowned, like, sports entertainer and athlete. And it's like, he didn't have to take his time to... Yeah, he's the commissioner of Kind of Funny. It's like there's all these different things that he's done that I've respected over the years. He didn't have to take his time out to talk to anybody, but he made sure that literally everybody that was in that circle got a picture, a handshake, or something. And no matter even if his management was yelling at him, he was like, I don't care. And so it was just like everybody we met, like from Pocket to him to Ray to everybody that was there, just were so humble the whole time. All the Tripwire dudes, yeah. All of them, like, we went out drinking with the Tripwire guys the night before the con. So for the rest of the con, they were just like, what's up? And every time we walked by, they're like, you guys want to play Killing Floor? You guys want to play, like, Vietnam? And we were just like, yeah, sure. Like, we'll do all this stuff. And it's like, everybody was just super nice. We met so many different streamers, voice actors, like, developers. And everybody that we talked to was just extremely nice and happy to be there. And when you, like, if you brought up Twitch or anything, they were just always like, oh, yeah, dude, like, this is our channel, like, please follow us, we'll follow you. And it was just one of those things that you're like, damn, like, where did I walk into? It's like, I walked into, like, this, like, usually, like, I'm so used to, like, San Diego, so we're like, hey, man, can I ask you a question? And people have been like, fuck off. And you're just like, okay. And, like, you walk away, and so it's like, to go to PAX and everybody just be that happy with what they're doing was, like, super awesome.
Yeah, it's strange because it's really hard to understand that, you know, the way our society works, it's like, you see these people, but they don't know you.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know them, they don't know you, so you just kind of assume they're this godlike entity that's just, you know, a celebrity.
It takes a little bit to just be like, oh, yeah, they're just a normal
real
person.
people, too.
Yeah.
And that's crazy, because, like, the group that you've been a huge part of for so long, it's like, my first time of even knowing who any of these people were is when we went to go meet up with them.
Yeah.
And so my first way of meeting all of them was them just introducing themselves to me and us going to have dinner and having, like, lunch and hanging out, talking to each other. And it's like, so, like, there were a lot of other people that would come up to him and be like, oh my god, I watch you all the time. And I was like, oh, dude, I just met these guys. Like, damn, like, I don't know what's going on. And, like, and then you watch them afterwards, and, like, that's like when I subscribed to Simply's channel afterwards. Like, she was like, oh, dude, what's up? You know, 5 days later, you finally subscribed. It was like, damn, it's like I just got called out. It's like, sorry. And it's like, and I barely ever get to, like, watch. I swore you were. But yeah, it's just one of those things that it's like, everybody was super nice, super welcoming. And it's like, and even the people I didn't know were streamers that I was sitting there having a conversation with. It's like, well, Adam from Rooster Teeth. He was doing some streaming with Astro and a few other people. And I was sitting at the Astro booth, and I went to technically go talk to him. And I saw he was busy talking to people. And so I was like, you know, I'll let him talk. And so I sat there and I put a pair of headphones on and I started playing COD. And like he just kind of started watching me play COD. And like I took my headphones off and he was like, "Hey man, what's up?" And I was like, "Oh hey," and I was like, "Adam?" And he was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Hey." I was shook his hand. I was like, "Dude, I love your stuff, man." He was like, "What's your name?" And I told him my name. He was just like, "Dude, awesome." And he was like, "Are you here with anybody? You just here to hear?" I was like, "Well, we're here like to be here." I was like, "But we're here with our group too, like to try to talk to people and everything." And he asked like who we were, asked what we were doing and all that stuff. And I was just like, "Wow, you're just being a down to earth dude." And he sat there and talked to me for like 25 minutes just about things that I could do to like help improve myself in the industry and like ways to be better, because it's things that he had learned from. And he was like, "Yeah, just don't make these mistakes. Do this and do this." And
Be good, scrub.
yeah, it's like get good. And then the guys from Astro were like, "Hey, we're gonna do the interview real quick." And so he just like shook my hand again. He was like, "Cody, it was nice talking to you." And I was like, "Yeah, thank you." I was like, "Been looking for you all weekend." I just kind of like random happened to buy you, and then you watched me do something. So
Yeah, most of the time, whenever people get those negative reactions from people like that, it's because they're not treating these people like people. They're treating them like this godly entity or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just treat them like humans, and they'll treat you like a
Like
human back.
the only time I had an awkward moment was like I saw someone I knew walk by and I was like, "Hey," and then like I had nothing in my head to say to them. I was
Right.
like, "I don't know what to say to you, but it was good to
Yeah.
it's good to see you." And so I just walked off. It was like,
yeah.
it was like the most awkward moment I had during the weekend, but
But that's like when I met Dan Harmon, like the creator of Community, Rick and Morty,
Right.
also, and it was hilarious because
Harmon Quest.
he was Harmon Quest. he was just walking by, and Joe goes, "It's Dan Harmon," and I stopped and I literally went, "Dad!" like that, and he turned around and he just goes like this and like walked up, and I have the picture on my Instagram. He literally just like caresses me and he goes, "How are you?" And he literally did this the whole time we talked. And he was like, "Would you like a picture?"
That's
and I was
awesome.
like, "I would." And so we like Joe took a picture, and he had an entire conversation just doing this with me until his security was like, "Do you want to keep moving?" He goes, "I think we're fine here." And like I was just like, "This is fantastic." And people were like, this dude literally walked up to me and was like, "Do you know?"
Purring the whole
Yeah.
time.
But this guy was like, "How do you know Dan Harmon?" I was like, "I don't. I just took the." Joe has this mentality that if you walk by someone and you just act like they are, like you just said, act like they are a normal human being, or that you possibly know them, they'll just be like, "Hey, what's up?"
Yeah.
And like even if you don't, it's like he spoke to Josh Whedon a million times over, and it's to the point now we have friends at Comic-Con every year that literally be like we'll walk by and they'll be like, "Joseph," and he'll be like, "Oh hey," and like we'll just like get there and they'll be like, "You guys need stuff?" And we'll be like, "There's a line," and they're like, and like they just like blow off the line and like sell us stuff, and we're like, people online are like, "Who the fuck are these guys?" And like in your head you're like, "I'm fucking nobody," but they know each other real well. And that's like we ran into Morgan Spurlock, the dude that did like Super Size Me and all those documentaries, and like he legit was just in the Lego line with us,
No, you're
just
fine.
chilling. And Joe, he had looked at Joe and he remembered him from a year ago, and he was like, "Joseph?" And he was like, "Yeah, Morgan." And he was like, "Yeah." And like they shook hands. He like had his kids with him, and he was like, "What are you buying?" And he goes, "We just came in to buy some blind bags." He was like, "Man, I'm thinking about buying that." They were literally just had a normal conversation about a Lego set, and at the end of it, like these people were like, "I think that's Morgan Spurlock." And like they were having like this conundrum, and you could see these kids like looking at him, and he was like, "Joe, it was good to see you, man." He was like, "Yeah, it was good to see you, bro." He was like, "Yeah," and like they both just started checking out, and these people were just like, "Oh, dude, how do you know him?" He goes, "Oh, no, I've just met him here before." And they were like, "Wait, what?" And he was like, "Yeah, just talk to him. He's a human being. Please do that." And I made the joke as well because I was like, "Hey, that looks like the guy from Mythbusters." And he just stops and he goes, "I am the guy from Mythbusters." And I stopped and I went, "Damn!" Because I thought it was a good cosplay. And I was like, "Damn!" And he was just like, "I am the guy from Mythbusters." I was like, "Damn, you dress like that every day." But,
Was it Adam Savage?
yeah.
Okay.
No, Adam Savage, the other guy.
Oh, Jamie Hanneman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh my god, that's
you mean
yeah."
yeah.
But it was absolutely
pretty good.
hilarious. But no, it's like
That's your Jamie Hanneman cosplay right there. That's all you
Long story short, celebrities are people too.
yeah, it's like
yeah.
they're really. I have never had a run in so far with anybody like at PAX from Twitch or like in San Diego where someone would not talk to you.
Mhm.
Like even like Chris Gore, he's always in a hurry. And like the first year I talked to him, he had nothing to do. He was just standing there, and I asked him if I could have a picture. Told him I was a huge fan of screensavers and all that stuff. And he was like, "Yeah, man, let's go." And I was like, I hate to bother you. And he was like, "Dude, it's Comic-Con. Do you know how many times this is going to happen this week? Do not feel bad." And I was like, "Okay, cool." And then like this year, I didn't see him all year. I was like, "Man, he's here somewhere." Literally, he was walking out the door, and I yelled. He turned. He goes, like that. And like he shook my hand real quick. I introduced myself again and everything. And I was like, I just want to know if I can get a picture. And he was like, yeah, we just gotta hurry because I have to get that car right there. I have to be in that lift. And I was like, yeah, no problem. And we took a picture, and he was like, hey, thanks, man. And like this, and like he was just like hurrying out the door, like running. And I was just like, I feel bad because like I stopped him while he was in the middle of something, but he was still nice enough, even with like, yeah, we got it. Like Andrew Bowser. With Elliot being like, I just really wish I could meet Andrew Bowser. And as he said it, Andrew Bowser walked by and he goes, holy shit! And so, like, he was 100% in a hurry. Like, police were, like, escorting him into the convention. And he was like, no, let me talk to him. And so, like, he took a picture with Elliot and Joe. And he was like, you two, I'm sorry I can't get a picture with you. Find me later and we'll make it happen. And, like, I barely knew who he was. And I was just like, well, thank you. I was like,
Elliot literally did. Notice me, senpai. Notice me. And he was summoned too. That's great, man.
But it was just so
funny.
But yeah, it's like they're just normal people that absolutely love their fans. They love people that like you and love their job. It's like it's no matter if it's at a big con, a small con, or somewhere in between. It's like, you know, PAX isn't the biggest place on the face of the planet like Southwise. But it's like everybody made sure they talked to everybody that they wanted to, or that if you wanted to talk to them, they would talk to you.
Right.
And like nobody was like shy, nobody was like crazy, nothing like that. And that's what I've seen so many different places like that, like so many people that work everywhere. It's like, yeah, this is rad. And all the people from the Twitch booth, even as busy and as hectic they were just super nice the whole time, like checking bags, checking badges, anything. They're just like, oh, did you already get a bag yesterday? And it's like, yeah, they're like, hey, here's another one. Or like they would just give you something, you'd be like, oh no, you've already scanned my badge. They'd be like, I don't care, here you go, man. And it's just like, oh, dude, you're rad. And so like everyone just there was fantastic.
But yeah, Dustin, if you go to any PAX or anything, you can get into the Twitch booth.
Yeah, you can. You can get into the Twitch lounge. Yeah.
You can get into that affiliate lounge.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And talk to other people and mingle. And
when's the next PAX happen?
South will be the 12th to the 15th of January.
Yeah, January.
Yeah.
San Antonio.
15th?
Yeah.
Is my birthday.
Oh yeah! So you should go and just party in San Antonio. We can go out with the Tripwire guys and break the Alamo again.
I'll be living down there.
Yeah, you'll be an hour away, man.
So.
Yeah.
It'll be a hell of a lot closer than we will be.
Yeah.
We left at 6 a.m.
6 a.m.
last year, and we got there at little before 4.
2 or 3.
And we checked into our hotel and we just laid there for like an hour, and then we were like, let's go to the Riverwalk and just walk, and we did. And then that's when we were like, let's go find, like, he was like, I need to find a drink, and he was like, I really just want a Jack and Coke. And so we went to this bar, and like I just put on Twitter, I was like, hey, for any people going to PAX South, like, you know, we're at Patty O'Brien's, like just chilling and drinking. And this other dude, I guess, like saw our tweet, and he walked in, but he wouldn't say anything, so he just kind of like wandered around this giant bar for a while. And then these other guys posted like, hey, you know, where's a good place to go get a drink the night before PAX? And I retweeted it, and I liked it, and I put, see my previous tweet, and they're like, shit, Patty O'Brien's, we're on our way. And I guess like we saw them when they walked in, but we didn't think it was them at first. We were just like, it might not be those guys, whatever is it. And then we saw PAX badges, and so we're like, okay, maybe it's them. And someone goes, hey, we're at Pat O'Brien's. Where are the people that told us to come here? And I look, and Richard looks up and he goes,
I was looking over and was like, I think they're tweeting at you right now.
yeah. And then someone goes, did you guys make a tweet? And I went, are you? And he goes, yeah, are you my swagger? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, what up? And so we just like combined tables and started talking, and we did this giant bar crawl, and it ended with me breaking a national landmark. And so I might be.
Do you know that story?
He broke
Do you
a
know
tree.
that story?
Yeah, I broke a tree at the Alamo
It was
while
around the Alamo.
I was
Around there.
fucking drunk, and the second it happened, there were like cops down the road, and we were like, run!
There's a 30-minute time period where I don't remember anything.
Dude, no, I remember there's a Twitch streamer, Moki. I hope I'm saying that right.
Yeah.
And I remember that like we had all just got new drinks, and I was standing up, and she was walking around trying to mingle with everybody, and she came around, and like I guess it was like my turn for mingle, and she just started like asking me random questions and stuff, like, oh, you know how you having a good time tonight? I was like, yeah. I was like, so what do you stream? That's the last thing I remember asking her, because I remember her answering with, I like a lot of Blizzard stuff, and I remember being like, I like Blizzard stuff too, and that immediately the next thing I remember is, and then be like, scatter, and like everybody running away. But it's like,
I don't remember paying my tab.
Yeah, we both.
I know it got paid.
We both woke
I
up
just
the
don't
next
remember.
morning and started checking bank accounts because we were like, throwing up. We had a interview with a company called just a walk up interview with these guys for Thunder Lotus. They were like, yeah, just come talk to us in the morning. And it was hilarious because our buddy Alex was like, I'll send you a DM to remind you to go. And so he was super drunk and it was a DM to send, but it sent as, remember, go to Pink Avenue at this time or something like that. And I was like, what does this mean? And then like we woke up super late and I was like, oh no, we were supposed to talk to him at 10. And it was like 10:45 before we even like got out of the hotel. But PAX is so fun, dude. Like, just the night before, like, we met all those people, and I still talk to, like, half of those people on Twitch or through Facebook, like, today. And it's like those people, and they all have way better jobs than I do, or, do a whole lot better at their job than I do. And it's just like, they could care less who you are. You were just super nice to them, and you hung out, and so they don't care.
It's just like regular people. You make friends with regular people, you can make friends with these people.
Yeah.
It's just, that's how it works. It's like...
So, for you, sir... What does your future with Twitch look like? What are you going to stream next? What are you going to do? Do you have a lineup of stuff you want to play?
I currently am leaving that up to the viewers.
Okay.
I have a poll up every time. Right now, I don't have much streaming equipment. The only things I can reliably stream are consoles that require an AV cable.
Yeah.
It's the only capture card I've got. It's a cheapo $10 one.
Gotcha.
But it gets the job done. I'm currently playing Mystical Ninja for the N64.
Awesome.
There's a poll up, and I'm not sure what's coming next. So
You have PlayStation 4, don't you? Yeah.
I do have a PS4.
You
I can stream
I'm about
on
to say
Twitch.
you could stream through Twitch that way.
The problem with that is that it doesn't give you any control over the layout.
Yeah.
Yep.
It doesn't give you control over anything,
Or
and all I've
notifications
got
or
for my microphone there is just a crappy microphone. So if I want to do any quality streaming, I'd have to get an actual capture card. So I do stream Fortnite occasionally on PS4, and that's a good time. I stream Destiny, I think, once or twice.
Heck yeah.
So it is possible to do. It's just not a quality stream. I guess.
Because for me, that's the only way I've ever been able to stream is all through PS4.
PS4.
I've spent the last 4 years buying equipment,
Right.
so I have everything.
he's
just only stream once a
he
year.
just won't do
I just
it.
do it once a year.
No, and I really want him
It's
to
the third
stream.
annual one stream only.
The third annual stream.
But no, so you're leaving that up to the viewers.
It's a good idea.
What are the games that were winning the last time you checked?
It was a close race between Mystical Ninja and what was the other one? Quest 64.
Okay. See, I voted for Mega Man Legends because I was
Mega
like,
Man Legends is a good
yes!
one. I'm hoping that gets
I
up
don't
there,
remember what I
and
voted
Donkey
for.
Kong 64 as
I think
well.
it was Donkey Kong is what I voted for.
See, that's what we thought about streaming Donkey Kong Country from the Super NES, and we were like, we need to do this.
That's right. That's
Do you
man,
want my
that's got
retro
two
card? Or
player.
are you doing
Yeah, it's got
that?
it's got two player.
We can
That's
do
what I
that.
said I wanted
It's got
to
2 player,
do.
and you're able to purely stream from it almost.
Yes.
Like
And
very easily.
There's two kinds of 2-player. There's the 2-player where like one is Donkey, one is Diddy,
Right.
and you like can switch
switch back
manually.
and forth.
Or the other one is like it is 2 different levels. It's like one person's playing
I've never
Donkey Kong
seen
and they
that
play
one.
the little and it's it's
That's what you and
it's
Taylor were
basically
doing.
it's basically a
No, we
co-op
did
or versus.
the other one where we could switch between Diddy and.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
Right.
no, you're right. You're right. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's the same thing in there's in the original Super Mario, not the ROM that Nick and I were playing that one time. But in the original one, there was 2 different versions of 2-player. One of them was like it's like Luigi has his own world and then Mario has his own world, or it's like the both of you are playing in the same world and then like you move from there.
Okay.
Yeah, there's I'm also restricted to my library of games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep it legit, trying not to fall back to emulators and all that, which I could do, but I'm not going to get into the gray area with the legalities of that and everything.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Is there-
Game Grumps does it all the time.
Yeah. Is there
Well,
a...
They got money.
Right, yeah. Well, yeah, I follow Chris Culler's thing of like, if I have the cart myself, then I'll download the emulator.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
It's, I mean, if I were to get the equipment and like pull the ROM myself, then like that's completely legal. It's like there's nothing absolutely wrong with that.
Right.
But as the trick is not you're affiliated. It's because the whole concept of piracy is that you're making a profit
Right.
off the sale of something. So that's streaming it on Twitch. That's legit gray area. But
Right.
It's outside of that.
But have you ever gave any thought to maybe doing like GDQ or anything like that if you could get back into DuckTales speed?
Yeah, I have definitely given that a lot of thought. It got to the point. The reason I stopped doing that for the most part is that it got to the point where it was a lot of like it got down to 20 seconds.
Yeah.
And whenever you're speedrunning, 20 seconds
That's
is
forever.
You're literally shaving off a second a month maybe.
Yeah.
It's literally minute things that it felt like I wasn't improving anymore.
Okay.
But I mean I feel like there's been some new tricks that have been found because they shattered that world record by another 20 seconds.
Yeah.
So like there's new things I can learn. I'd definitely be interested in getting back into it.
And that's what we made. We made that like that comment the day in the thread where I was like, dude, you should just do DuckTales and we'll come be on the account. It's like I think that would be hilarious, especially if you do like summer games to where it's like what's it gonna take for anybody? It's like that would just be fun. It's like, hey, you know, I've got a 15-minute slot to do what I need to do. Here's to see if we can do it. And it's like there's been tons of people that they're like, I'm not gonna beat a record, I'm not the best at this game or something. Yeah. And then they get a new world record and they sit there and they're like, oh shit, what did I do? And it's like they weren't even trying. They were just trying to raise money for people, and it's like, oh, okay. But I think that would be cool because it's multiple different things that you're already used to.
Right.
And I think that would just be super rad.
Yeah, I'll definitely look into it again in the near future.
Yeah. But do you have any, other than like the games you voted for and that you're leaving up to the fans, is there anything that you would like to stream that you're just like, that'd be cool if I could do that?
I probably...
Not like you would put a thumb on the scale of like, what's I voted for.
Yeah.
My favorite game of all time, Super Mario RPG.
Okay.
That game, I have an extremely intimate knowledge of that game.
Okay.
Know just about everything about it. I feel like I could bring quite a lot just talking through that game. Like it's a good time. You bring Nintendo and Square Enix together in a game, you're gonna get a masterpiece.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah,
a one-time collaboration, never gonna happen again.
Yeah, and it worked perfectly the first time.
Did.
So
it did.
I'm just glad it's on the SNES Classic.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm so happy it was on SNES Classic.
Such a good game. But yeah, that's definitely on my radar as well. I'd like to get into that at some point. And that's another game that I've looked at because I know it so intimately. I've looked at into speedruns for that, but it's like 2-hour speedruns.
Yeah.
That's a huge undertaking.
When we watch GQ and we watch people do RPGs, like I'm crazed of how they do it so fast. I'm like, what did you do? Like, how are you alive?
Final Fantasy X speedrun?
Yeah.
That's like 90% cutscenes.
Yep.
Yeah. You can't skip them.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
It's my favorite speedrun I ever watched. It was Ico, and it was 2 hours. It was 2 hours and 9 minutes.
Okay.
Oh god, probably the worst speedrun I've ever seen. And by that I mean just the most... I don't know, I'm going to tell you what game it is and you're going to be like, oh okay, Superman 64.
Okay. Yeah.
Man.
It's crazy because
the fact that they
you
can
do
Right,
nothing to skip the ring flying parts.
Yeah.
But the entire labyrinths that they put in, the levels in between the ring flying that are so actually relatively good parts of the game are so buggy, they glitch through a couple walls and back to ring flying. It's like...
Damn.
I watched someone 100% Superman 64.
Well, why?
Why?
Because their YouTube channel, he's called The Completionist.
Okay.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Some bridges you just don't have to cross, guys.
He's got to complete them, man.
Let it go. But for other than your own album that's going to come out, what are some upcoming releases you're looking forward to? Like hearing from other people?
I've been off the radar for a while, to be fair, because of all this stuff that I was talking about. Life's been rough.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get into that, but I am just now getting back into
Dustin.
the swing of things. Yes, please. So as sad as it is to say, I can't really say.
Okay.
I've been so involved in trying to get myself up and going again. I haven't had time to
think about it.
Yeah.
How about this? What are some games you're looking forward to playing soon? Like new release titles.
That new Assassin's Creed game. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to God, I know there's been like. Can you think of any that I've mentioned recently? That I've just like. There's so many that I.
There's so many that you want to play that you already have.
That I
can't
well,
think.
yeah, I do have a lot that I already have too.
The ones that we've like started on that you're trying to finish or want to finish.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed's the only one. Super Mario Odyssey.
Okay, yeah.
Hands down, that game looks like.
It looks
one of the greatest
fantastic.
games.
We haven't got to play it yet, so
Yeah, that and the new Zelda that came out for
Oh,
the
Breath
Switch
of
as
the
well.
Wild.
Mhm.
I played.
He played a lot of Breath of the Wild.
A little bit. It was like 2% of the game.
Yeah, but he would sit there for like all night and just and just go like I would wake up in the middle of the night to like go like check on something. He'd still be in the living room just like
That's how I go into games, man. 45 hours
Yeah.
since October 27th.
yeah.
Yeah, there's a huge backlog of games that I need to still play that were released like a year ago that I haven't gotten around to buying because money's been tight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Well, that's me. It's like I'm huge into buying indie titles, and it's like
Mhm.
I'll buy like 6 or 7 of them at a time.
it's
and it's like,
$5 indie bundles.
yeah, it's like I'll play one of them, and I'm like, oh, I'll get to those others starting tomorrow, and then it's like 2 months later, yeah, I should probably play this.
Mhm.
It's like,
But yeah, those 3 are the ones that I've been looking forward to the most.
heck yeah. So before we wrap it up completely, hit them with you one more time of everywhere they can find you
All right.
in a most roundabout way that you can.
All right, we got SoundCloud.com/TheoryOfN, Facebook.com/TheoryOfN, TheoryOfN.bandcamp.com, Twitter.com/TheoryOfN. I think that's it.
That's it.
I think that's it.
Theory,
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
Theory of N on
Theory.
everything.
TheoryOfN.
And then, as Tom always does, he'll make sure there's a link to most of those in the podcast thread already. Anyway,
Yes,
I'll put it
I
in the
believe that's
description.
Yeah, okay.
Cool.
Good.
Yeah, hit me up.
beat Tom to the punch with it.
Yeah, please and thank you.
So make sure you go follow Dustin on literally everything, with Theory of N on everything. Listen to the new album Nostalgia whenever it drops. Whenever you
Whenever
put
it drops.
that release date
That's
out.
right. Keep an eye out on those social media links. You'll see a release date coming soon.
But if you haven't heard the new stuff, like the little stuff he's been putting out, you need to because it's fantastic.
Yeah, there's been
I've-
some
I've
teasers
missed
on the
it.
SoundCloud. Yeah.
Hey, Cody,
Yes.
where can they listen to us?
Know where you can listen to us at is you can go to soundcloud.com/pack-o-geeks and you can go to iTunes and search Pack O Geeks and hit subscribe, leave us a review, put 5 stars on there, and even if you hate us, leave 5 stars and then let us know why you
Yeah, just
absolutely
Talk
hate
complete
us.
shit about us. We don't care. Just put 5 stars.
Yeah, just
Do us
we don't care
small
what you
favor.
say, tear us apart, but love us please because we would enjoy it. It would be wonderful. Go listen to the podcast, share it with your friends, go like all the videos.
You can
More
watch
s-
it now.
Yeah, you can watch it now on here on youtube.com and you can go search Pack O Geeks and you'll be able to find it. Leave a subscribe on there, like the video, and leave a comment. That way we know you're watching. And be tuned for all the other stuff we are going to be putting onto the YouTube soon. We will have more Pogga's War podcast on there. We'll have some more different videos coming soon for it too. So we're really stoked. We're going to put our Blizzard recap for BlizzCon on there. And there's going to be all kinds of cool stuff. So please check it out. And guys, once again, Dustin Legale has been super rad. I don't know. I don't know if that's what I was doing. You're welcome. I was just going like this to do that for him.
This
But
guy.
I will always do the handshake. But check him out once again, Theory of N, on literally each and every platform that you can think of. Go make sure that you follow him. That way he knows that you love him. Buy that new album so his move can go super smooth.
Yes, that would be
And
very
that
nice.
he can eat every night.
Very
Because food
very
is
good
delicious
things,
and
yes.
great for your health.
It's good for a living, yeah.
So everyone, until next episode, thank you so much. We have been everybody. Once again, I'm Cody.
I'm Richard.
I'm Tom.
I'm Dustin.
And we will talk to you next time.
Alright, time to shit.